drank too much last night. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I had a little bit too much inebriation. I went to bed super early. I woke up at like 3 in the morning. I was like, oh, I feel great. So I was still a little tipsy. And then the fact that I'm 41 and shouldn't be drinking that much kicked in around 5. And then I don't know what happened. Some lady pulled up here like 20 minutes ago. And she jumped out of the car. She walked away. She came back yelling and screaming. So I'm about $400. What's up, Becky? Houdini with the heart me. Houdini with the heart. Oh my God, Houdini with the heart me. So my goal all along is just to make out with Houdini at some point. Marie, what's up, homie? What's up, Becky? What's up, Houdini? What's up, Melinda? Pretty lady, you stop it. You stop. Look, flattery will get you everywhere here, brother. You know what I mean? Feeling feisty this morning. You better slow down before you open a can of worms your butthole can't cash. You know what I mean? What up, Caleb? Everybody got a day off yesterday. Everyone got a paid day off yesterday, you know? I can't go live for too long. I'm on my last power banks now. Tomorrow's motel day. Yeah, I get paid from TikTok, not motel. I get paid from the gifts you guys send. TikTok gives me my cut tomorrow. I guess just supporting the channel, supporting myself. But tomorrow's motel, hotel, Holiday Inn. It's just be a nice cool day. Slight chance of rain here and there, but not bad. But it'll be a nice day out. Nice cool day. And tomorrow's motel, charge everything up. Probably just got one night this week. Today's objective is just to get across the river, check these train tracks out over there, see if anything's stopping. I've only seen things stopping over here to go south, which I'm not trying to go south. I'm trying to go fucking north. So I gotta get across the river. I'll leave it today and figure it all out. What up, Skydive? You get stay off though? Use a quick one. Marie, don't fuck around. What up, Elizabeth? Good morning. Real car Rosie Art with the heart me. The heart me's like changing every day. You guys noticing this? Yesterday I was wearing sunglasses. Today it just looks like a skinnier version of me. Did I see my new selfie tab in the selfie display? I did not. I thought that channel was just for Jamie to say where the hose at on occasion. Where the hose at? It's gonna take a peek now, you sons of bitches. Oh, that's the going live here. That's self-promotion, not selfie. Selfies, okay. Okay. Oh, Pizza Hut with a llama? Mysterious J's new nails. JB trying to thirst trap all the older men in the Discord. Oh, it worked. Oh my. You know, my search history is weird enough. You know what I mean? I don't need this in my life. You know what I mean? It's got me going, I'm not going to lie. I'm over here with half a pack of Rollies under the sleeping bag right now. Like, I'm primed and ready to go. Like, I do me. Good morning, Sue. What's up, Ken from Miami? You know, but like, you know, it's sundress season. You know what I mean? It's completely sundress season, guys. That's your mind search history. About the... deal with that until like 2 in the morning, and then stop for like an hour or two. Not the best place to sleep, but the safest place in the area for me to camp out. Yeah, I mean, I definitely, I'm looking at the photo, want to bend myself over at the keg and tap it. You know what I mean? For sure. Appreciate that, sons of bitches. What did I just see? I don't know, Jamie. They got us. They got us. It's sundress season. Jamie, it's sundress season. They got, oh, you got, it's just $1. $1. If you ever getting your vinegar strokes and think of me, you legally owe me $1. That's the law. My eyes. Oh, Jamie, looking fierce, by the way. You know, looks like you're almost an adult. I'm proud of you for that. Who did that? Was that Houdini? Who did that? Who's the one that did it? Who's the bastard? It was Houdini. Okay, I found one hoe. And I don't know why you added Rich. My volume low. I'm at work. Quit. Well, Jamie, it's just a. You're already in there. That's so hot. Yeah, my search history is already weird enough, guys. I don't need any help in that department. You know. Usually, it's just girls punching each other. Pop, 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 pop. You know. Usually in a big old pool filled with Jello. It's got to be red Jello. Don't miss me with that green Jello shit. It's just a couple, one per time. Well, okay, it's one, like, if we just do it in general, but the photo with me with the giant tatas, that's another one. And another one. That's a fucking too much. Jed with the Go Popular. Oh. Yeah, I got all that in my bio, man. Just make sure you watch for a while and get some entertainment out of this shit first. You know, really is where the money's going. I will use it for lunch if that's what you're kicking in for. But this really is where the money's going. You know what I mean? I like tobacco. I like green stuff. I like beer a couple times a week. Sometimes more, sometimes less. But if you don't like any of those things, probably don't want to be gifting and donating and shit. You know, I don't want anyone to ever fucking regret throwing me some bucks for being on the internet. Yeah. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, my giant bazongas. I fucking can't. What up, Snow Leopard? That is above and beyond. How long did it take you to make that, Houdini? Tammy, Snow Leopard at the repost. I know it's a pic of Jamie with my face on it. I know that. But how long did it take you to make? You know? Like, you go to my video, you drag the face, you screenshot it, right? You drag the face, you got the face by itself now, and you can just add that to the photo, right? I really doubt you went to Photoshop for all that. The bearded lady in 2026. I don't know. I'm looking at that photo. I'm like, you might be onto something here. I'll be getting rides left and right. You know? You're getting rides left and right. I'm at an unhoused homie yesterday. He asked me for some water. Yeah. I did ask. He goes by he. Snow Leopard with a capybara. Aaron, no note, but thank you very much for the cash shop. The cash shop. They had those what was that? Christine Knoll, whatever her fucking husband had those things. He was wearing those, walking around. It was a really weird encounter. He's like, always just like, hey, you got water? I'm like, yeah, I got water. Here you go, no problem. Can I get a hug? I'm like, sure, why not? You should come with me. You should leave with me. It's not safe here. I'm like, I got things I gotta do right here. What's up, Vidal? Snow Leopard. Level up, Sparks. No Bones. What's up, homie? That fucking seasoning was bomb. Put that all over ribeye yesterday. I cooked up ribeye, onions, and peppers and put them in a tortilla. Some rice pilaf. So I'm packing up the No Bones tangy orange barbecue. Tangy orange beef spice. I think I got it right. It's fucking amazing. World's gotten stranger and stranger. It's always been pretty strange, right? Right? You know? It's all just peaks and valley, yin and yang, right? It's just opposites, right? Think of the okay, how about this? Let me say it this way. Every movement creates its own counter movement, which is crazy, right? But every movement creates its own counter movement. Think of the 1950s conservative movement, you know, white picket fence, straight-laced, you know, fucking clean cut. If you did anything beyond that, you were a drag to society. If you're just fucking different, right? Keep things the way they are. And then that was matched with its own counter movement in the 1960s freedom and love movement, right? Because the generation before them was just rebelling against their parents, creating their own counter movement. The moment an older generation says, I don't understand that, I don't like that, boom, that's the fucking younger generation jumps all over it, you know? It's fucking, like your parents didn't understand you, their parents didn't understand them, their parents didn't understand them, you know? It's kind of like the way it goes. What the fuck is that giant ball of fire doing up there? Oof. Dana Taylor with the Harvey, thank you. Good morning, good morning. Maybe social media puts on display. Yeah, that's the thing too, like we all have cameras in our pocket now. You know what I mean? That wasn't the case 20 years ago, it wasn't super prevalent. But that's the thing too, you see when I hitchhike, people are always like, oh my god, how can you do that? It's so dangerous now. Like I would have done this in the 60s and 70s. It's like it was way more dangerous to hitchhike in the 60s and 70s. You had serial unalivers that targeted hitchhikers, right? But we see violence a lot more. You know, we see chaos a lot more. You know, and that's by design as well, right? You got popular media and social media, you know, fighting for your attention. How do they do that? Well, they make you scared or make you angry, you're more likely to stay tuned, watch those commercials on either, you know, more likely to interact and watch. If something makes you angry, you're twice, as a starting point, a jumping off point, you're twice as likely to interact or engage with something that makes you scared or angry. Carol with the Anyway Troy's, thank you. Everybody's post those highlights too, homie. What's up, Amber Grantham? How you doing, Tim? I'm doing all right, Moose. How you doing? Jason with the Army. Oh. What's going on? Jumping on a train out of California. Yeah, that's why I'm here. I was watching the tracks to see the movement of the trains yesterday. Where I was cooking yesterday, right where I camped, I can see it over here. This is a light rail track here. And the one next to it. Just to see the movement and how everything works out here. How often and stuff like that. Looks like I get about 4 or 5 trains a day going my way. But I didn't see any of them stop going north. I only saw them stop going south. So today I got to go over the river, check the other side out. And I'm on my last power bank now, so like I can't go live too much. I can't do a lot of editing or anything like that. Anything that takes a lot of processing power. So I'm just going to walk around today. I still got half a battery left on my camera, so I'll take some photos if I see anything worth taking a photo of. Get across the river, scope out the other side, see if they stop south of the river instead of north of the river. About 3 in the morning, thank you. Still at it? Oh yeah, man. I am a professional bum. You know what I mean? The old school terminology for me, so there's leather trampers, people that walk around the country. There's rubber trampers, people that drive around the country. There's hitchhikers, there's train hoppers / hobo, right? And then there's scenery bums. You know, so I asked Abby the Spoon Lady this. We're doing a podcast style live together. Yeah, I've been to Michigan. It's been a while, but I've been to Michigan, Detroit, Ann Arbor, Flint, that whole area. But me and Abby the Spoon Lady did like a podcast kind of style live. We did 2 of them about hobo history. It was really fun. We both got part of it posted up on our Red Play Button app. So it's about a year ago now, a little less than a year ago. But at the end of the first one, I was like, Abby, I got to ask you, how long have people like me been around? Like, just going around looking at stuff. taking photos of it. She's like, oh, scenery bums? There's always been scenery bums. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. There's a terminology for me. And people still try to use it as an insult today, the word bum, right? Now, that all started off when the really rich folk needed to blame the poor people for something back in like the 30s, the 20s, 30s, and 40s. They had to blame the poor people for the issues of the country. Economic hardship is the poor people's fault. Sounds similar? You know, very similar to this time in history, right? But everyone started embracing it. Harry McClintock, Pete Seeger, Lead Valley, Utah Phillips, Woody Guthrie. They all started owning it. Yeah, cool, I'm a bum, whatever. Traveling musicians were blamed for all the problems in the country. So they just started calling themselves bums, right? And even to this day, 100 years later, we're still trying to, like as a society, we still try to, call people poor as an insult. People will go poor to not appear poor, right? It's so fucking weird. I don't understand it. I never have. But people will purchase status symbols and go poor doing so, just so they don't seem poor, Because if you seem poor, someone might call you a bum. But Harry McClintock went as far as making a song. This is from like the late 1800s, if I remember correctly, or early 1900s. Harry McClintock made a song called Hallelujah, I'm a Bum. And I love that song. This is just him owning the insult. Like, oh, you think I'm a bum? Cool, I'm that. Whatever. A, B, someone coming with a C. McBaby with the rose. Am I saying your name right, McBaby? Is that your name? Saying it right? What up, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? People will be motivated. Yeah, exactly. People will go broke just to get status symbols. Custom game room. You got a point there. I feel like you're getting somewhere with that point. It's a good attention grabber. You got me, man. I got nothing to say to it. What up, Booker? Can't go live for too long because I got fucking no power left. I'm trying to chase down a coffee shop today. Get a little bit of a charge. That's one cool thing in Sacramento. Sometimes you go to a downtown area, even the Starbucks won't have outlets, Or sometimes you go to a downtown area and they'll just like won't have tables. Starbucks or coffee shops and shit. But yeah, everywhere I've been in Sacramento, they've had somewhere for me to plug in Starbucks and shit. Oh, but Troy, Starbucks is the evil corporation. Yeah, they all are. You know what I mean? But we're dependent on them now because of the fucking species. It's too late. You show me anywhere else I could pay $6, you got a tip. You pay $8, and you can sit there for fucking 3 hours and charge up something. I'll gladly go do that. Itch. The Go Popular, the Anywhere choice. What's up, homie? When I fall asleep to this, is that weird? No. I didn't understand that for a while, but I've done it more than a handful of times now, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. Yeah, books are gross, books. Anytime I look at a book, I'm like, what do you think, you're better than me? Yeah, I've never hit a library for charging and stuff, but I'm sure in the future at some point I will. One's closer than a Starbucks. Yeah, I enjoy some Guns N' Roses for sure, but I definitely was on Nirvana's side during that whole beef. Underproduced and more authentic Nirvana versus like overproduced. Like Guns N' Roses was the epitome of hair metal. You know what I mean? You go Motley Crue, Poison, Snake, and all them, and then Guns N' Roses comes out and does it. To the 10th degree. I told them to stop the trains. Yo, what up, Walmart Diaries? I read a book about hair metal called Fargo Rock City. I guess the author is a giant douche nozzle. But, he had a good point. It's like hair metal did so well because it had encapsulated fans from all genders. You know, that was the main reason it was like a driving force, because everyone approved of it. I was like, huh. There's a whole bunch of examples. It's a good read, but I guess the guy sucks, so maybe steal the book. You know, steal it online or something, rather than paying for it. I gotta clean the fuck up. It's not even a clean thing. It's gotta soak my feet. I'm walking too much. Like an alligator fucking foot down there. What's up, Monty? How you living? Slash has got his autobiography. That's probably really good, yeah. Maybe it's time I start reading something else besides fucking philosophy. Awesome out there. Thank you, Dale Williams. Yeah, I'm really proud of the progress I've seen doing the photography stuff for the last year and a half, really. But it's nice too, because like I wanted to get away from lives. You know, I was doing too much on live stream. You know, it's just like 40, 50 hours a fucking week just live streaming, and you know, like I've got down to 25, 30 hours a week now, and then the rest of them is walking around getting photos and shit and editing and all that happy horse shit. I haven't seen a huge change to my income, even though I'm live streaming almost half as much as I was, so thank you guys, much appreciated. That's all you guys, obviously, even just watching. But it's been nice. It's like, okay, let me roll up a fucking gibber, you know, get some green stuff going, puff that whole thing, put a headphone in, and just walk, you know. That heightened appreciation of sound and color, whatever I see, I'm like, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty over there. It's been fun. Instead of like, all right, let me run around and get some photos. I gotta stop and go live and run around and get photos. I'm like, I'm just gonna walk around for fucking 8 hours. Yeah. Hopefully get a photo. Sometimes I get lucky, man. I got like 10 photos I can use. That Capitol one, the Capitol building photo was pure obsession. Pure obsession. I sat there with my tripod. The tripod's as tall as me almost, you know, when it's fully extended. And then I didn't pull the legs out, I kept them up. And then I would set a timer for the camera, and then I would go put it all the way up. So I just take the tripod. So you think that's 6 feet. I'm holding up another probably 8 or 9. So the shot's from about 15 feet up or whatever. I don't know, whatever math that is. Tressa, True Rocks with the heart me. What's the other one? What's the other one? 4-leaf clover with the heart me. What's the other one? Just sent the first gift. 4-leaf clover, thank you. Aaron went out. Ooh, Sue, sorry to hear that. It's a long night. Aaron with the heart me. What was the other? Wasn't there another gift? I'm missing something. Missing some shit. Yeah, whatever math that is. Ginger Miller, thank you for the gifts. But I had to do it 20 fucking or so times. Like more than 20, I'm sure. I look like a dummy doing it. To try to get a photo at the right angle, you know, have it be completely level and get, you know, the whole building and have that right in the middle. So it had to be level, and everything had to be all leading into the middle of the shot, which is the Capitol building, right? So I had to sit there, keep pull it down. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. For, I don't know, a good 10 minutes. But I got it. You know, a slightly different angle. That's all it is. A slightly different angle. I could have just, and no one would have noticed the difference. It's fun to do that. I haven't done it in a while. I gotta find a good spot for it, do it again. But the fake drone shots, you start off really low. It only works on a video, obviously, not a photo. But you start off really low. Same thing, keep the tripod all extended. Don't pull the legs out, keep them together. You start off really low, and then you hit like a cliff or a pier or a peninsula, whatever the fuck. That's not the word I'm looking for. You're somewhere high up. You know, so you start off real low, and then you hit the end, and then you fucking bring it right up with the tripod. It works really well with the gimbal, but I don't have one anymore. I stopped using them. But it looks really cool. It looks like you have a drone, but I don't. What up, Molly? Yo, what up, Token? What you wearing? I mean, how you doing? November rain. What up, Wendy from Washington? What? I can't go live for too long. I'm almost out of power and all that. Last power bank. I got just enough juice to get me into tomorrow. So today I was walking over the bridge, over the American River, checking out the train tracks. On the other side, if something stops, then I know where I'm getting my train. Beautiful. If not, then I gotta head up to Roseville. Try to hop a train out of there. How far is the power bank store? I don't know, you usually go to Walmart, but that's a crapshoot too, because like, you might get there, you buy one, it's fucking, we got 5% on it. Sometimes you get it, it's like 90. You're like, oh hell yeah. Usually it's around half of a charge, but I got plenty of juice for the day. I'm gonna try to find a coffee shop too while walking around, Starbucks, something like that, or just find an outlet. It's just hard, like when you're in a downtown area or a major city, it's hard to find an outlet just in the wild. They're usually plugged up. So I stopped to get my coffee this morning. Yeah. Well, it's like 8:30 still. Fuck yeah. Get my coffee this morning, charge some stuff up, and we'll go live again later. Go to bed, eat, shower. You got this, Pizza Hound. You got this. One thing at a time. Sometimes getting out of bed in the morning is an act of bravery within itself. Don't think about I got to do 20 hours worth of stuff today. Just one thing at a time. I always compare it to an artist. Someone's painting a mural, a giant canvas, or a side of a whole building. Then if you look at everything you got to do, it's very overwhelming. But if you look at the first thing you have to do, the first stroke, the first brush stroke, it makes it a lot less overwhelming, for me at least. Just roll out. Just roll out of bed. The impact of you falling out of the bed when you roll out will instantly wake you up. Way better than a cold plunge or a fucking cup of coffee. Don't do that. I'm not paying anyone's medical bills. Paid watch. Thanks for the follow. Damn, Jan, you are adulting as fuck today. Good morning, B-Mac. How you living? How you live? Yeah, I'm gonna scope trains out today, see if I can get an exit out of Sacramento itself rather than having to go a couple towns over. Citrus Heights, Roseville. I'm trying to get one out of here in Sacramento. I got a fucking homie that's been hopping trains for fucking ever. I'm pretty sure that's the way out, so hopefully it works. But if not, let's go out of town if I gotta. Go hit up Roseville, Citrus Heights, hop out of there. I already know the spot to get it out of there, I'm gonna go about eat 5 pounds of crawfish. I never had a proper crawfish boil to this day. Every time I end up in Louisiana, I end up just missing the crawfish season, Yo, Monty, thank you for the hobby, brother. Hopefully, find a Starbucks. You're missing out. Oh yeah, I want to try it so bad. I've only had crawfish like at an all-you-can-eat Chinese food place, and that doesn't count. You know what I mean? Just like the elk not meant to be. How dare you, Lene? How dare you? Little lobsters. Yeah, I had them at a all-you-can-eat Chinese food place a couple times, at least once. But it's not the same. I want to have like a traditional fucking crawfish boil, with all the seasonings, the Old Bay for days. I want to find someone that I can't understand I can't understand the Cajun accent at all. But I cannot understand Cajun people when they speak if they don't slow the fuck down. I can't understand. So I want to find someone I can't understand making crawfish. That's gonna be the best shit you've ever had in your life. Though I do like how they check for gators down there. That's a lot of coffee, Aaron. Aaron, that's a lot of coffee. Thank you, Aaron. Much appreciated, Obi. But, guys, okay, this is how you check for water in Louisiana, right? You go up to the water. It's super easy. Anyone can do this, right? If you're trying to find out if there's gators in this works for rivers, creeks, lakes, anywhere at all, any body of water, right? You walk up to the water, and all you do is you put your hand in it, and you scoop a little up. Get a snack too, I guess so. Fuck. Aaron, thank you again. But yeah, so you're trying to find crocodiles in Louisiana, right? You walk up, you find a body of water, you put your hand in the water, and then you scoop the water up, and you touch it. All you do is touch it. That's it. Is that water wet? Well, it got gators in it. You know, the whole fucking state is just filled with gators. I've camped out next to a plethora of alligator pits at this point. You know, don't do that. I know how to, and I'm fucking a glutton for punishment and an adrenaline junkie. Don't camp next to alligator pits. But I've done it a bunch of times. They hunt during the night mainly, not during the day. So they hunt during the day, not really during the night. They sleep at night usually. Had a couple encounters at night, but most of the time it's during the day. So as soon as the sun comes up, I got to sit up. And then you don't look as vulnerable. We're not on alligators' menus, but like they're opportunistic hunters. If you are vulnerable or injured, sleeping, or you broke your ankle, they're coming for you. And they will fight you over food. You know, I mean, like fishermen always have confrontations with the gators. Because gators are smart too. You know, they've been alive for 1 million years. They know when people are fishing, all the fish go that way. You know, and they will fight you for that fish. If they're going for it and you grab it, they'll fight you for it. But my first time bumping into gators in Louisiana, I hopped a train out of New Orleans, right out of City Park, right? And I ended up in Livonia, Louisiana. And this is right at the Hurricane Ida. That's why I was down there, to volunteer at the Hurricane Ida. I didn't realize they were going to pay me so they fucking paid me like over $200 a day. 10 hours of work, $250, something like that. But I was done, you know, so I'm done with work. I got my funds for a while, so I'm going to go hitchhike. I'm going to go pop trains and hitchhike. But because of the water levels went so high, there'd be an 8-foot gator like in a small pond, right? Oh, I'm waiting for this light rail to go by. Oh yeah, the water levels went up, so all the gators started moving around, and then the water levels went back to normal. So there was just gators everywhere, you know. So I was camped out in Livonia, Louisiana, middle of buttfuck nowhere. I'm sitting there, waking up in the morning, I make a cup of coffee, I'm watching one of those like loons or cranes, the fucking birds with the big neck, elongated gooses, you know. It's just sitting there, I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. Wow, that's majestic. And then I just see a whole bunch of water flying, some giant fucking dinosaur spinning, and then a whole bunch of red, and then dead silence. I was like, that fuck. I'm 3 feet away from this little pond. You know, it's like an 8-footer or a 10-footer. It's a little fucking pond now because it got displaced. They just housed this bird. I'm like, oh man, I'm in active danger right now. At that point, I didn't really know how gators work. You know, I'm from New England. We don't have anything in New England that's trying to take you out. We have timber rattlers in New England. They're super fucking rare, super rare. You know, I've seen one all my time in nature in New England. I've seen one timber rattler. But timber rattlers are like the nicest rattlesnakes. You know, they're like, hey, you get a little too close there, guy. Oh, no problem. Walk around you. Thank you. You know, timber rattlers are the chillest fucking snakes. We don't have crazy weather up there besides like a snowstorm once every 10 years. A really bad snowstorm every 10 years or so. Sometimes longer. Like, oh, we got black bear up there. You just yell at them, they run away. You know, we really don't have much to worry about in New England. So I thought I was Mr. fucking nature boy. Fucking coming out to travel. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've been outdoors all over New England. I've been surviving on mountains and shit before. I'll be fine. We don't have tornadoes up there, really. You know what I mean? Like, on occasion, you'll see a little tornado come through, fuck something up. You know, so we don't have hurricanes in fucking New England. You know, we get tropical storms because you guys got decimated south of us. And we're like, oh, a little windy today. You know, we even make jokes about it. It's very much ingrained in our culture in New England. We make jokes about, you know, the bad weather reports. Oh, hurricane's coming to New England. And then you get that picture with the lawn chair knocked over. You know, the patio set and one chair's knocked over. Like, never forget hurricane such and such. We'll have hurricane parties up there because we know it's not going to be bad. You know, get drunk as shit at a party waiting for the hurricane to come through. We don't have anything that bothers us in New England. It's like a whole different world. Yeah. Yeah, New Mexico, that doesn't fuck around. The weather, you know? You get all that shit to worry about like you do with Arizona, plus crazy wind, you know? remember my first time hopping a train in New Mexico. I was coming up from Arizona, and I hit El Paso, Las Cruces, and then my train was supposed to keep going east, but it hooked north, taking me up to Chicago. So I jumped off in Vaughn, New Mexico. But I got there at nighttime, and I remember all the blinking red lights all around me in the middle of nowhere in the desert. I'm like, what the fuck is that, dude? Like, what are these red lights doing here? They throw me for a loop, light rail. I camped out by a truck stop. It was fucking Christmas Eve when we got there, too. Me and my road dog at the time. It was Christmas Eve when we got there, and we got there. There was 20 minutes before the store closed. Like, fuck yeah. Hot food, water, some soda, got some beer. Christmas Eve. And then made a little fire in the back, stay warm. My buddy got a beautiful video of me. I didn't even realize he did it. But I was playing guitar by the fire, and a train was going by in the background. He zooms in on the train and focuses on the train. It was a really cool shot. I only used it in one video. I'm getting new content every fucking day, But those red lights were the windmill farms. I had no idea, but it was like as far as the eye can see, all in unison, a red dot, a red light. I was like, what the fuck is that, dude? And the next morning I look around, I'm like, oh, there's a fucking windmills, all right. I had a bargain to get in the goddamn motel for Christmas Day. There's no one there. This motel's all booked up because you have BNSF and UP out there. So all the railroad workers, I don't know, whatever the fuck, cheap motel it was, the 90% of their booking was through the railroad. I think we don't have any rooms. Fuck. Go to the next one. There was a guy, he kept talking about how he's a rancher. He knows everything about ranching and raising cattle. At the diner we went to, like a Penny's Diner out there. We went to this Penny's fucking diner, eating food, and this guy started yapping our fucking ears off about how great he is at ranching, how he's a rancher. Comes from a long line of ranchers. We're like, oh, okay. So then we tried to check in the first motel. Sorry, no vacancy. We went to the next one. It was that fucking guy from the fucking diner. Clearly not a rancher. He works at a motel. And it just reeked like cat piss. Like, oh my God. Like the pneumonia smell. Like cat piss and cat spray. So he opened the door. I was like, oh my God. You gotta clean those litter boxes or something, But he's like, yeah, we got all the windmill workers here. We're like, yeah, but there's none here right now, right? Like, there's no windmill workers here right now. It's Christmas. Yeah, sorry, we're all booked up. Yeah, nothing I can do. He just closed the door in our face. I'm like, damn, you made us listen to him for almost an hour, like, for over an hour. You figured at least fucking give us a room, So we went to the last motel. Again, Vaughn, New Mexico. It's like 2 gas stations and 4 motels, and that's it. Little truck stop, little gas station, and 4 motels. It's in the diner. That's pretty much it. So we went to the last one. Hail Married it. And I was like, here's the deal. What do you charge? $60 a night? Yeah, we have no vacancies. Well, hear me out. We'll give you the $60. This is the guy that owns it, We'll give you the $60, you give us a room, 2 beds, right? And if for whatever reason the windmill workers come back, we will leave the room, and you can keep the $60. Deal? Fuck, we're on the road for like fucking 3 weeks. Fucking needed a nice fucking chill night and a fucking clean up, He said, deal. We fucking got to stay the night. Hell yeah. Hitchhiked out the next day. Short Angus cat with the heart me. For the rest of that winter, my mantra became, I'm here to ride bitches and fuck trains. That was a good 3 months rocking that slogan, that mantra. I'm Short Angus cat. Yo, what up, D-man? What you wearing? I mean, how you doing? What up, Mimsy? The cats are awesome, but you gotta clean up after. You can't have 20 cats and then fucking let them piss everywhere. You know what I mean? I feel like that's unhealthy. But that guy wasn't even a fucking rancher. We had to listen about an hour about fucking ranching. We went to the motel. I don't know. People are weird. I think that's how I end like 90% of my conversations when talking about other people. People are weird. It's like I fucking itch. I said to yesterday. about to see a screenshot of someone's video they made. It's like top 5 horror movies. And number 1 is being stalked by Anywhere Man Hobo. I don't think that word means what you think it means, homie. Keep in mind, the person that wrote that talks about me almost every day on social media, right? Every day. And every day there's new allegations and new stories and stuff like that. I'm right there with you. What did I do next? What did I do next? What happened? What else did I do? You know? Oh, man, I'm like a Disney villain. Hell yeah. But this person showed up to where I was at last winter, like January, when I was stuck up in Raton. I said I was going to Las Vegas, New Mexico. I got jammed up, didn't get there because, you know, it took forever to get a ride. And I never got a ride out of there. So they showed up to where I was at to say I was stalking them. You know, I'm like, oh. And it didn't work because, you know, the internet isn't as stupid as people think. Cool aunt with the Harvey, thank you. I couldn't imagine, man, having no content for a year and a half. You have nothing else to talk about. But my sorry ass, goddamn. I've seen that. Les Blackwell and Real Car Rosie are definitely the exception. But I've seen it time and time again where people, you know, either just start out traveling by traveling in a vehicle, or they hitchhike off trains, then get a vehicle, and then that's all they do is just stay in the vehicle. You know, like they're afraid to leave. Usually it takes a while, like a couple of years. You'll see a creator like start driving around the country, and then all of a sudden they're not doing lives outside anymore. They're doing lives in the vehicle. They never leave the van, the SUV, or whatever it is. It doesn't happen to everyone, you know. Like I said, Les Blackwell. Real Car Rosie Art's a good example of people that don't do that, you know. But I have seen it a lot. I want to say a good 70 to 80% of people I see driving around the country within 2 years is like confined to the fucking vehicle. Yeah, Rich, for sure. Sometimes people got to talk about me because if they talk about themselves, no one else would fucking listen. You know what I mean? But it's not hard as a traveler to get people to fucking pay attention to you. You just gotta do something. You know, like anything. You don't have to be. You don't have to go fucking walk 20 miles. You know, you just gotta do something. You know, and get out of the vehicle for a bit. Maybe find a nice bench somewhere. I don't fucking something. What's up, Tiffany? Songbird, good to see you. Yeah, I haven't seen Crystal or Sarah too much. Sarah was on live not too long ago on here. They switched right over to the red play button app, which is smart, you know, to build that up over there instead. But it takes a month and 3 quarters to get paid out from that app, and I'm like, I don't have a month and 3 quarters worth of funds to switch focus somewhere else. Sorry. So your 30-year-old hot tub, how you doing? What up, Les? Let's see. Keith, Songbird, what's up? So go outside sometimes. No, you guys are awesome. I'm seeing you guys are the exception to this phenomenon I see with people that fucking drive around the country, you know. What up, Penny Dreadful? Love the name. Lynn with the Harley. Bombay's Shirt Shack. Thank you for the follow. Fucking selling shirts. Penny with the roses, thank you. Biscuits and gravy. I'm not a big biscuits and gravy fan. No, you know what I mean? I'm a Yankee. I'm from New England. I never tried biscuits and gravy until I hit the road, you know? And I've had all different kinds, but it's all the same, right? You got a biscuit, you put milk on it, some hot milk, because there's no flavor in that fucking sauce. You know what I mean? Bland as fuck. You put hot milk on a biscuit, and then you throw some sausage in there, you know? I'll eat it. I just lost 300 followers? Fuck. Rich, you trying to start World War? I don't like grits either. I've had all variations. Stop you all from the South right now. I've had all variations of your corn mash, your corn mush. You know, I've tried them all. With the cinnamons, with the cheese. You know, all variations of your watery corn mash mush. It's just, that's all it is. You just took corn and you made it all watery and you put it on a plate. You know? Be looking a lot like gruel. And that's fine. Guys, I'm doing you a favor. If I don't like your favorite foods, it's more of that food out. If I like your favorite food, there's now a shortage. You know, I'd be fucking eating, bro. You know? You fucking stay eating. There's a shortage of cows in the country because I like red meat too much. But, like, there's a lot of shit I've tried that I've never tried before. You know, like all the Louisiana dishes and shit. Etouffee, fucking banana pudding. Ah, banana bread pudding. So good. Red beans and rice. You know, fucking po' boys. You know, all the Louisiana fucking. A beignet, a boudin. You know, fucking good. Then you put fucking watery corn on the side of it. Here's a slice of cheese. Thanks for the slice of cheese on my corn mush. You know? I never tried Mulligan stew, I don't think. Oh, how to feel about sweet tea? This is empty because I've drank it all. But if you look at one of these in the store, this is called water. Talking to the people in the southeast right now, this is water. Oh, is it hobo stew? Gotcha. Yeah, so this is water. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, it's a lot more see-through than what you drink every day in the southeast. Sweet tea. But that's what they make sweet tea out of. It's crazy. They use that to make the sweet tea. It's insane. But there's no sugar in that, and no caffeine. You know, all you just drink the water. Your body needs it to survive. Careful now. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. I've seen people in great shape in the southeast still carrying around a jug of fucking sweet tea with them. A whole gallon jug. You know, I carry a gallon of water, y'all carrying a gallon of fucking sweet tea with you. Just in case wherever you're going doesn't have it. It's not sweet enough for you. You know? I do enjoy sweet tea. I even like it better than unsweetened tea most days. Ask me tomorrow, I might change my mind. Chaotic like that. But you gotta fucking drink water. You know? Some of you motherfuckers just drink sweet tea. That's so bad for you, dude. You know? We talk about how you can't lose weight and shit, but you drink fucking 3,000 calories of sugar and water and tea every day. You know? It's supposed to be a seasoning of life. Love water too, hell yeah. 2 cups of sugar for the pitcher. I can see that. We did Kool-Aid up north where I'm from. You know, I was in a impoverished area. Everyone did Kool-Aid. It's cheap. That's one thing I love about Detroit, man. No matter where you go to a fine dining restaurant, fucking corner of a whole bodega, fucking laundromat, they got Kool-Aid packets there. Everywhere you go, got Kool-Aid packets. Now, I'm assuming sweet tea's got to be the same. You know what I mean? You got to have hot water, and then you break it down to like a simple syrup, right? Same thing with Kool-Aid. You got to put hot water in, and then you chill it in the fridge, so that way probably you're not getting granules of sugar. It's all just a drink. Oh, I'm sure people think I'm insane. I did see someone else today, right before I started the live up. I went, this is where I camped, but this person pulled up. There's a business over here on this side. They pulled up back here, which is like where the employees are parking to get in that business. And the fucking lady gets out of the car and she's all, she seemed really happy. She seemed really chill, really happy, and smiling, And then she comes back yelling and screaming, something about $400. Never fucking coming back here again. So I think that was a disgruntled employee, I don't know. But there was a door slam, there's no one here but me. She's yelling at the fucking gate over here. I'm never coming back, $400 fucking dollars. I'm like, damn. So I hope her day gets better. Good morning, love and life. I went into someone's live yesterday. So I was on my my third account, which I never use. It's basically just a burner account at this point. After I went live yesterday cooking, I was just sitting there fucking scrolling real quick, chilling out for a second before I packed everything up and started walking again. So I bumped into this fucking dude's live, and he's like, get me so-and-so's information. I'm going to dox their location. I'm going to dox their parents. Hey, $50 to anyone that gets me this person's location. And I'm like, fuck this dude immediately. Like, whoever this guy is, fuck this dude. So I jump in there, and I said some choice words. And he goes, oh, someone get me that guy's location. Get that guy's location. I'm in Sacramento. And I was like, I'll give you my information for you. I'll give it right to you, baby. So I jumped into his fucking live, co-hosted. And he's like, aren't you that homeless guy? I'm like, yep. My reputation precedes me. And he started saying all this weird shit. And I was like, you wanted information from me, right? Where's my $50? I'll give you information. He's like pacing in his front lawn. And he's sweaty and out of breath. I'm like, dude, I think you're on too much ADHD medication, man. You gotta bring that dose down, man. You're getting weird. You know? It's chronically online, motherfuckers. But it says a lot about me, where I enjoyed taking a little bit of, fucking 3 minutes out of my day to go fuck with a weirdo. I could have just kept scrolling, went on my day, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna fuck with this dude. This is weird. So give me that guy's information. I'll pay you $50. Yeah, man. I have no plans for Tennessee. No, she'll end up there again. I fucking love Tennessee. I've seen that happen a lot. People get a little too goofy on the ADHD meds. It's a light rail. It doesn't even count. The train track I'm watching's over yonder. It's a Widow Twain. But the guy threatened me, right? He's like, anytime you go live, I'm gonna call the police on where you're at, because what you're doing is illegal. And I was like, whatever, I would go when I leave, But what did he say? He's like, he camps in parks when kids are there. That's illegal. What? I don't see any fucking slides around here, my guy, But for anyone curious where I'm at, that's the Harley Davidson store in Sacramento, California. That's the Harley Davidson store, and I'm right behind it by the light rail, so if you want to call the police on me, feel free. They're just going to come over here and then talk, and then they leave. They're not doing anything illegal. But that whole situation, I was like, I better never get, that chronically online. You're going to be on social media for a living. You're going to be going live or editing or, doing the back end networking and marketing and shit like that. You're going to be on your screens quite a bit, But I got to make sure I never turn into that fucking creature, This dimly lit fucking bedroom calling everyone a chomo. I'm going to call the cops on this guy and just making up reality. He camps in parks when kids are there. What the fuck? I've never camped in a park in my life. You think I want to be bothered at 7 in the morning by yelling children? Get the fuck out of here. I like to sleep in, baby. 7:30. I'm good to go. I feel attacked. Sorry, Mimsy. Oh. Yeah, Marie, I'm glad you're on the mend, homie. I'm glad you're on the mend. That's fucking, I think that's worse than I've ever gotten hypothermia-wise, you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. I'm glad you're all right. Mooney, what's up, homie? Wants to cuddle with you? I don't know. He was fucking weird. He said a whole bunch of classist stuff, and then I brought the LGBTQ community in it. I was like, dude, if I swung that way, I could do way better than you can. And he kept talking. I was like, oh, maybe you didn't hear me. Let me say it again. If I did swing that way, I could do way better than you. Just so you know. But again, I didn't have to do any of that. I could have just kept scrolling. I've been in Sacramento, I think, for about 2 weeks now. I haven't done the math out yet, but I've walked all over Sacramento. I'm looking at leaving soon, probably Thursday or Friday. Hop a train out of here. But I did about 6 meetups, 3 collabs. Still got to put a video out for one of the collabs. I haven't done that yet. And then I walked all around Sacramento. Walked around the whole bitch. Which is nice. I'm getting comments from people that are from here or grew up here. They're like, yo, you represented our city, right? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Because I'm listening to what people are saying to check out, the Capitol building and old Sacramento and stuff. Usually I check out, like, there's like 4 or 5 recommendations to Sacramento, and I hit 2 of them, and then just walk around randomly and aimlessly see what I can bump into and snap some photos and videos and shit. It was really fun. It was really fun. Oh, yeah, I've been in California for way too long. It took me an extra month in Cali than I planned on because of the slow hitchhiking on 99. But it's been a good time, though. I got to say I've fucking really explored California. Last time I was in Cali, I was in Cali for like 3 weeks, I think, total. Got in, got out. But that's back when I was like a whore for miles. I was all about miles. I got 1,000 miles last week. I got 700 the week before. I wasn't even exploring or experiencing anything. It was just like, all right, I'd land in a town. So I'd hop a train. I'd jump off if I could before town, hitchhiking to wherever I was trying to go for the next train or whatever, so that way I don't have to worry about getting caught as much. And then, get supplies, get food, get to the next town, fucking grab a train. Fucking keep on going. Maybe stop for a day or two. But I wasn't seeing anything. I wasn't meeting anybody. I was doing like quick meetups and kept moving and shit. But this last year or so, mainly doing hitchhiking really slowed me down. I like it. I like the idea of just actually checking places out. But I'm going to try to get some miles here in a bit, though. Once I leave here, that's all today is. I'm going to go to the other side of the river and see the train stop there. If they don't, I'm going to dip over and grab one out of fucking Roseville, Citrus Heights. But tomorrow is motel D&D night. All the gifts you guys send. TikTok gives me my cut on Wednesday. So they used to get per day, which is fucking awesome, dude. You go live broke as shit. You walk away after 4 hours, 5 hours, like $10, $20. Those are the fucking days, dude. That was so cool. But now I gotta wait till Wednesday to get that shit. And I'm sure the only reason they did it is so we're more incentivized to turn our gifts that we got into coins to give to other creators. No, I don't record the D&D sessions. I started running the game on Thursday with the intention of doing that, but I ended up not. But it's hard for me to stream the computer just on my own. I might take one of my accounts on here or make another Red Play Button app and talk about some D&D stuff on occasion. See if I can build an audience for it that way, and then worry about the streaming after. Kind of because like people that are here for the travel stuff, there's not going to be a lot of transfer over for the D&D stuff. But it's something I really enjoy. So maybe I'll work some content in on one of the other accounts, my backup account or something like that. So it's like, hey, you want to fucking learn about D&D? I got it over here. But yeah, my Thursday. So I play every Wednesday. I've been doing that for over a year. But right before I got to New Mexico, so this is probably like end of December, I started a Thursday game for like one night. It's supposed to be one night, right? I was like, all right, we'll fucking, it was Christmas. That's right. It was Christmas Day, so I hit up a few friends like, yo, you guys got nothing to do, let's run some D&D. And then 2 people responded and the third did. So I was like, all right, no D&D tonight. And I got fucking rip-roaring drunk. Bottle of rum chata, some ice, fucking, it's Christmas, fucking tie one on. And then the third person hits me up, like, yo, I can play, let's start. I'm like, fuck. So I'm lit, trying to get everything together. But, we played for the day, we played for the night, like 4 hours. And then at the end of it, I was like, all right, guys, good session, you guys are awesome, thanks for coming through, trying not to slur my words. And they're like, all right, see you next week. And then everyone left, I'm like, next week? Fuck. So at that point, it could have been like, oh, that was just a one-off or whatever. What up, Durr? It was a one-off, but I've been doing it most Thursdays. This is, the people I play with know what I'm doing. Most of us have been homies on the internet for a while. So it's like, all right, if I'm in a motel on Thursday and I have internet access, I got decent Wi-Fi, I got nothing, I don't need to work on anything else. We can run some D&D. So most weeks I'm able to run a game for people. And then Wednesday, I play again. I'm a player. Yeah, I was shocked, Rich. Like, I was just out of the loop, but yeah, I was shocked, Rich, when you sent me the voice message, and then I heard Marie talking in the background. I was like, oh, they're still together? Fuck yeah, that's cool as shit. What's up, Sean? Have I missed coffee time? No coffee this morning. I gotta get more instant coffee so I can make some stuff, but plus I drank all my water throughout the night. Woke up twice chugging water. Ugh. But it didn't want to matter if I had water anyway, I got no coffee. BMAC with the share, thank you. Yeah, I can't be live for too long. So the Heartmeats are all different now. Okay, I see now. Fur Baby Mama, thank you for the Anywhere Choice, and the Heartmeat V with the Anywhere Choice, thank you. Much appreciated. Oh, hey, I didn't mean to piss you off, Mr. Fire Ant. I'm afraid of fire ants now. Ever since that bite in Bakersfield. This is a different breed of fire ant, so probably would give me a little blister, a little itchy, no big deal. But that one in Bakersfield fucked me up. There's something about the southern fire ant in particular. The southern fire ant, which is it's exclusive to Kern County. Bakersfield, California is in Kern County. And I'd wake up every morning. Every morning I woke up by the train tracks. They'd be all around me, like dozens, if not hundreds. And you can exist near fire ants, you're fine. But if I'm sleeping, I roll on one, you're gonna get swarmed, It's like, yeah, whatever, fucking, we gotta deal with it, I gotta deal with it. And then I was packing my stuff up after like a week trying to hitchhike out of Bakersfield. I was packing my stuff up, I got bit on my forearm. The thing was like a foot long. This whole area here was just all fucking swollen and angry. That's just from one bite, It was achy, it was uncomfortable, but it wasn't intolerable, whatever. It wasn't a huge pain thing. But if I got 30 bites, if I got swarmed, woof, hospital. Oh, is it cold? It's not bad. It's warming up now. It's only going in the 70s today, though. Choo choo. Yeah, I don't know, Rich. Like, for some reason in my head, I thought you guys lived like 8 hours away from each other. I don't know. You guys never said that to me. Not one time. That's just how I had it situated in my head. I don't know. Oh, I don't know something. My brain will just make it up, I guess. One of them there tiny trains. It's actually the gonorrhea. Yeah, that explains all the green discharge. I had a roommate, this was back in like my late 20s. I had a roommate when I tried to wingman for him the best I could. We'd go out to the bar together or whatever, and immediately someone would come over and start chatting me up. I'm like, yo, let's go back to fucking our place, hang out, put a fucking movie on, get some drinks and shit. But I don't know, he just had no charisma whatsoever, this cat, And it's whatever, he just had no charisma, so he's just a very a repulsive human, but not intentionally, you know what I mean? He's just, I don't know. Funny motherfucker, but when he got nervous, he got very serious, and it didn't work for him. So he didn't hook up with anyone for probably 2 years, if not longer. So he got a little desperate. He goes online and does some online goth dating website. He gets catfished, right? He made the rookie move. You never meet someone for the first time at your house. Never meet anyone for the first time at your house. You know what I mean? Especially in a potential romance hookup situation, whatever the fuck's going on. Go out for dinner first or something, fucking ice cream, something. You meet him in public first. So he gets catfished and he's like, whatever, But they end up hooking up anyway. Because, I don't know, But he got gonorrhea out of it. He was mad at me. He was mad. He was like, I was a little fucking sloot back in my 20s. I was a musician and a bartender and shit. And I wasn't like I am now, where I'm I don't like one-night stands. I find them awkward and uncomfortable, whatever. I didn't care about any of that in my 20s. Just go ahead, green. But, you hook up with random people, you gotta, use protection. You know what I mean? The fuck you mean? You met someone on the internet who lied about who they are, who sent you a completely different picture that nothing to look like. It's not an old picture. It's someone completely different. You got catfished. You show up and you're going in there raw? Like, what the fuck? You know? What are you mad at me for? It's like you're bringing people fucking in and out all the time, fucking multiple people a week, yada, yada, yada. You don't fucking catch anything, and I caught something, and like hit him with a needle in his nether region. So I'm like, that sounds horrifying, but I don't know what the fuck this got to do with me, baby. You know what I mean? Like, you're too cheap. You're too cheap to take her out to dinner, so you can see if you got catfish or not. You're too cheap to go fucking get a Trojan. You know? And now you gotta get a giant needle in your nether regions. You know, like this all cost you way more money. You want to be a cheap ass. But there's that story. What up, Deborah K? Oh, she got hypothermia twice? Damn. That's fucking crazy. No, the bad part's gonna get the next chapter. Yeah, I don't know. People not feeling well, you just leave them alone. You know, same thing you did, Jen. It's just gotta wait. Like, you know, you can tell me the rest of the story. Marie, I'm glad you're okay, homie. Good morning, Angel Wolf. Crotch Crickets Cafe. Let's talk about Crotch Crickets Cafe. I adorably named a soup kitchen the Crotch Crickets Cafe. So, I want to say it was around the same time I went to the Playboy Community Soup Kitchen. So let's just tell this whole story real quick, right? You got Rich the Hungry, you know, the scam artist on here. He goes to a soup kitchen. He makes a video attacking the soup kitchen, encouraging people, goes live, encouraging people to leave bad reviews for a soup kitchen and all that. I immediately jumped on that, and their reviews were better. Once you all were done, you leaving reviews. Thank you again, by the way, to anyone who did. Their reviews were better than when Rich the Hungry's community attacked a soup kitchen online, right? So I go to get the real story, right? And promote a soup kitchen. Like, let's use this petty internet drama to promote a soup kitchen in Pueblo, Colorado. It's called the Pueblo Community Soup Kitchen. One of the best videos I've ever made. Hands down. So the story is you know, Rich played it off like he was almost struck by a vehicle in the crosswalk and this and that. He walked out between two parked cars on his phone. Some old lady almost hit him, stopped short. She hit her head on the fucking steering wheel. The lady that runs the soup kitchen's like, what are you doing, kid? Fuck out of here. You know, like, watch where you're going. Look what you just did. Like, she was bleeding. You know? Rich immediately starts yelling at her, telling her to go fuck herself and all this shit, and then pulls his phone out and starts recording. You could see her, like, trying to choke back tears, right? So I'm working on all that at the time. You know, promoting the soup kitchen, meeting up with them, talking to them, telling them why I'm there, let them know, hey, I'm here because of some petty internet drama. Oh, you know who you are. My friend knows who you are, watches you, and cued me in. I'm here to promote you, make you guys look good. But, like, that's initially what got me here. You know, so like, if you want to tell me the story, cool. If not, that's cool too. Oh, I'll tell you my side of the story. Lays it all on exactly what happened, like, for real, not Rich's version. But then you got this fucking moron out in Slab City. It's like, I'm gonna start a soup kitchen. I must have heard the word soup kitchen too many times, stalking me on my platform. You know, I'm starting a soup kitchen in Slab City. Raises hundreds and hundreds of dollars for the soup kitchen, right? This is that dumpster pixie moron. She just posted a video of me saying that, a video with me in it, saying that I stalk her for a year or something. I don't fucking know. But how this person even has any kind of platform is beyond me. You know, I don't know. Some creators love dumb people, I guess. But sits there crowdfunding the soup kitchen for fucking weeks. Gets hundreds and hundreds of dollars, right? What is the soup kitchen? The one I adorably named Crotch Crickets Cafe. Crotch Crickets Cafe was a bunch of pallets like a tweaker would do. A bunch of pallets and a filing cabinet. That's it. I'm not making that up. I know it sounds like this is made up story time. This is real life. They made a soup kitchen in Slab City where it's just like a tweaker pallet house, this pallet fence, and a filing cabinet. The filing cabinet was there to store the food in the desert. So they made, I think at most they made two things of soup. I only know of one. Now, what was this amazing soup made out of? Well, there's no running water. There's no way to wash your hands. There's no gloves, so they're using bare hands, cross-contamination all day to handle the chicken, to handle everything. But they go to get supplies. They go to get supplies for this fucking soup kitchen, right? They only made one thing of soup, maybe two. Give benefit of the doubt. Let's say they made two. But the first one was alarming enough within itself. So they go and get supplies to make the soup, decide to go drink instead of fucking making the soup. We'll make it tomorrow. So they took this chicken, rotisserie chicken you pay $7 at fucking Walmart for, and they put that in the filing cabinet. Now, it's a filing cabinet. It's not a fridge. I'm not using code words here. It's a fucking filing cabinet. Put the chicken in there for 18 hours, just sitting in the desert sun, and then start cooking up with it. And maybe they made two things of soup. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Made two things of soup over like 3 or 4 days, and then it's left. Just left. Yeah, I'm done with this now. Raised hundreds of dollars, built a fucking tweaker pallet fort, which cost $0. Took a filing cabinet from out in the desert, cost $0. The chicken cost $7. Let's say they bought the pan. Let's just say they bought the pan, $35. A big cooking pot, $35. Right now we're looking at $42 to make a soup. Veggies, potatoes, and all that, we'll give another $3. $35 was spent. Sorry, $45 was spent out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds raised to start a soup kitchen up. And the best thing for the world was them stopping the soup kitchen and fucking leaving town, because they were going to get someone very sick. I worked in restaurants for way too long and know way too much about bacteria to not be horrified with what I saw. Well, I see you just touched that rancid chicken, and then you just went and cut the onion. And then you went and cut that potato up. Huh. That's a little recipe for disaster. Oh, it was chicken ceviche. That's what it was. Chicken ceviche. They're making it in that filing cabinet. They must put some lime juice on it. Yeah, I've done some desperate shit when I'm hungry. Especially in my younger years when I was a little hoodlum. But I don't even think I'd take that risk myself. Like, if I don't eat, I'm gonna, leave this mortal coil. But if I eat that, I'm definitely leaving the mortal coil. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Yeah, who got the salmonella? How were the PBIs? I got, because I was smart, I got a 6-pack of Voodoo Ranger. I drank 5 of them. And I was fucking sideways, Had a good night. A rough morning. I woke up at like 3. I was like, I feel great, man. I feel like a little hungover after fucking chucking 5 really strong beers. I feel like I'd be a little worse for wear. But then I didn't realize I was still a little tipsy. So around 5 in the morning, my body's like, hey, you shouldn't drink like that. You're 41. That was a good night. I chilled out. Whoopsies. Oh yeah, still a little tipsy. 3 in the morning. We're in trouble. I mean, if I drink too much, if anything, I usually just fall asleep. So if we ever meet up and start drinking Voodoo, start the timer. Regular beer, 4-hour time limit. The moment I start drinking, 4 hours later, I'm going to bed, no matter where I'm at. Sleeping. If it's the Voodoo's, 3-hour. 3-hour window. The moment I pop that first one. Maybe 3.5 if I really want to fucking, force march it. No, it's all good. Mr. Pete and Blood over here. Drink the 6th one. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm just gonna not. I'll just leave it somewhere for someone else to enjoy. By the train tracks over here, by the bridge. I'm sure someone over there could use a nice beer. That's one thing I'll never get when people think of the unhoused population. Like, if I give them money, they're just gonna buy beer with it. The fucking thing. That's what I was gonna do with it. You know what I mean? They're just gonna buy illicit substance. Yeah, that was what I was gonna do with it. I'll just get less beer or illicit substance for myself and give it to someone. Give it out. No big deal. 7? Damn. 7's brutal. Uh-oh, what happened? The bestest. See that, Marie? Oh yeah. Today is just all train watching. I'm running low on power banks. I can't be live too much longer. And then I get to south of the river. I'm north of the river now. It gets to south of the river. You too, Vicky. You too. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Just you're drinking too quick, Mandy Wolf. Steve with the Harvey. Thank you, homie. Good to see you, brother. What the fuck? It was almost as lame as the good at travel. Like, oh, you took my bad at travel sign and said good at travel. Tee-hee. Creative as fuck. But I say it's gotta suck to hate me. Like, it'd be in the same realm of like content creation, the same kind of travel vlog type shit. Because like, it's gotta suck to hate me then steal my shit. You know, there's one person that hates me to his fucking core. He made hit piece videos about me. Stole the sticker. Yeah. His homies will steal my jokes and fucking the way I do shit and stuff. I'm like, it's gotta suck to hate me, but you still gotta watch me every day. You know? Oh, that would take effort, Rich. That would take effort. We're not gonna see any effort over there. Hey guys, I need my insurance money for my car. It's $80. The next day, hey guys, need insurance money for my car. It's $140. Like, damn, that's a hell of an inflation. It changed in one day. Fuck, that's crazy. Damn Obama. Hey, that advertisement for Mike's camera. That's where I went for my my lens hood. I don't know where my camera bag is. Maybe it got stolen. Someone stole my camera bag. Good. You know, I'm sick of it anyway. Yeah, my little lens hood. I got this from the billboard. I didn't plan on getting anything. I was just walking around. I was looking for some green stuff, to be honest with you. I went to one Magic Cabbage store and they didn't have any, like the blinkers, the little electric puffer guys. So I was walking to the next one and I walked by a camera store. I was like, oh shit, I can use a fucking lens hood. You know, it costs me fucking $30. A piece of plastic and a piece of rubber. But I immediately got to use it too, which is cool because I'm like, oh fuck, like hopefully I need this soon because otherwise, what the fuck did I spend $35 on? But I was taking photos of the river. It helped a shit ton from the glare, from the water, from the sun, and from the sun itself. As a lot of my shots were in that direction, so I would have had lens flare all over the corner or the side of the photo. Perfect timing. I don't know what it is about camping next to water. It's so relaxing. You know what I mean? It's just something primal. You know, something instinctual about it. What up, Dino? How was that 6-pack? Oh, fuck, I feel a little groggy today. That was nice. My dumb ass, I got a 6-pack of the Voodoo Ranger, the really strong stuff. So I was like, ooh. You know, this morning when I finally got up. I started waking up at like 3. And then went back down for another hour, woke up at 5. Went back down for another hour, woke up at 7. What's up, Roberta? Oh, I even went harder. I got the 9.5, the Juice Force. 9.5 of Bad Larry. Not today, Mary. I'm on my last power bank, so I'm going to dip over to the south. So the American River is just over yonder. I'm going to go to the south side of that and watch the train action to see if they stop there at all. You know, they do all this where we're hopping train up. I'm not hopping out until probably Thursday or Friday. So if we can try to meet up before I leave town, I'd fucking love to. Appreciate you for being patient with me too. Some people get really aggressive with trying to meet up and stuff. Or just show up. Oh, I hate when people just show up. I always play it off well. You know, I'm like, hey, it's going on. I fucking hate when people just show up. Yeah. When I'm live. If I'm not live, I got no problem with that. You know, whatever. Like, if you recognize me, you know where I'm at. Like, G. Marie did this. Where, like, I went live, and then at the end of the live, I went and grabbed a cup of coffee. She was in the area, spotted me, came over and said hi. Like, hey, I'm not taking too much of your time. I know, come sit down. I'm just drinking a coffee. I got all the time in the world. But when I'm live, I hate when people just show up. It's like, oh, well, I guess I'm going to end my live right now. Yeah. There go all my plans for making an income for the next hour. So I appreciate you, man, for being cool. Maybe check that. I'm not too far from that either. I'm a couple miles away from y'all. Maybe we'll do that too. I gotta watch these trains. I can do that later in the afternoon. Yeah, maybe I'll swing through, Roberta. I'd love to meet you too. You know, I wouldn't call it work. I enjoy it too much. I look at the photos and videos like that's what I consider my work. You know, archived and documented and shit. Getting better by the day. Fuck yeah. But I wish I'd tell folks too when they start, like, because when you start on TikTok, like probably 90% of my income is all live streaming, right? So it makes you kind of want to glue to the screen, makes you want to go live more, make more income, right? But I've cut my live time almost in half in the last couple of weeks. I've only seen like a 10% decrease in income. So thank you guys. It's all you guys who's fucking watching and showing up. Thank you. But I always try to tell people that are starting out, don't just do live, do videos too. You know, that way you have a skill, especially in the traveling community. You know, that way you have a skill set that you can carry with you off the platform. If you ever lose your account, you lose your platform, or this app ever disappears, whatever the case may be. What's up, Ginger Millet? You're not going to learn a lot of new skills going live. You know, editing, recording video, taking photos. Those are skills that can translate to something else. You know, how there's even people that hire social media creators for weddings now to just have their phones out to get video of people and stuff like that. On top of having a photographer or videographer that have a social media person show up to get videos for them to edit up. You know, so you're gonna make your most money going live, but you're not gonna learn any really new skills that you can translate to somewhere else. You know, I could always fucking snap photos for fucking money if I needed to. They gotta work for people. Ugh. The worst. Game on. What up, Laney? I was taking photos of downtown Sacramento at nighttime. I'm working on my nighttime photography for the last 3 weeks. Trying to get better on it. I work better with the flash, when to use the flash, when not to, and stuff. Whatever, settings and all that shit. But I'm sitting there. There's like an event in a park. They're putting on a show. I caught the very end of it. So I was just getting photos, doing some long exposure stuff, you know, so that person standing still, you can see clear, but everyone else is like a ghost almost. I'm really excited to edit those up this week. So I get in the old hotel Holiday Inn tomorrow. But, you know, this fucking couple, they're drunk, whatever. The couple, hey, take a photo of us. Yeah, sure, why not? All right, how can we get it from you? All right, well, here's my information. Send me an email. Oh, you got TikTok? Yeah, add me on TikTok. I'll follow you back, and I'll know to send it to you. You know, a screenshot of their name. But I'm like, yeah, it won't be ready for like a week or two. You know, I gotta go through all my photos and color everything. The next day, hey man, you got that photo? No, I don't have that photo for you for free yet. You know, I don't have your free photo edited up and ready to go just yet. Sorry. I told you, a week or two. They were drinking though. What are you gonna do? You know, the people that hop trains too. Yeah, there's not too many of us out here full time anymore, man. You know, we lose probably 1 to 6 train hoppers a month, and we get like 1 or 2 new ones a year. You know, usually illicit substances. You figure it'd be like the weather or the danger part of hopping trains, but it's usually illicit substances. You know, unfortunately, it's very present in the community. But the last time I met train hoppers, like out in the wild, not like a planned meetup or something like that, about a month ago out in Bakersfield. I was trying to hitchhike out there. I knew it was a couple, and I knew they knew what was up because they saw me hitchhiking. I saw them, and I waved, and then I stuck my thumb back out, and they're on the other side of the road. So they just waved back and then kept walking. And I was like, all right, they know what's up. I'm trying to get out of town. I don't have time to go fucking have a conversation right now. You know, I'm trying to get out of here. Like, oh no, he's still trying to hitchhike. He doesn't want to talk. And kept going. You know, and then they came back. And the sun goes down, and we went and hung out. But there was a guy and a girl. The guy's been hopping trains for like 15 years. The woman's been, you know, no one ever says it's my 3rd month. You know, yo, Diane. Let's see what the note is. You always say it's my first year. You always say I've been hopping chains for 3 months. Oh, it's my first year. It's just something we do out here. For ... Diane, thank you very much, honey. Much appreciated. All gifts and donations go to Hard Candy and Poor Decisions this evening. But yeah, we hung out for the night. You know, Buck and I went and grabbed some beers and shit. You know, I was doing all right in the wallet, so I was having a little trouble making funds up in Bakersfield. So we grabbed some beer, chilled out, fucking chatted for a bit. I got 2 tall boys of PBR, and then I got a tall boy of Black Cherry White Claw, right? And it's in a bag next to me. So I pulled out one of those. They're like, oh, you drink fancy beer? I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever. It's still cheap beer, you know what I mean? But the traveling community, that's the fancy shit. Like, yeah, whatever, I'm bougie, you know? And then we're sitting there chatting for a while. And the dude's like, yeah, I mean, I just don't like these new train hoppers coming out, man. Instead of drinking Steel Reserve, they're drinking White Claw. And I was like, oh, man, I hate people that drink White Claw. And I pulled the White Claw out. He was like, I didn't see that coming from your big ass. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. You know, I'm sick of pretending fucking syrup malt liquor tastes good. You know? But yeah, we chatted for the night. And then we talked about camping together real quick, and I was like, you know, we really know each other, because I could see they were uncomfortable, and I wasn't too comfortable. I didn't know them yet, you know what I mean? Like, well, we'll just meet up tomorrow. You know, we did. We ended up meeting up the next morning. We got kicked out of this tree we were sitting under from this bank. Security guard was mad cool about it, you know. But you know, I just started goofing around, fucking around and shit with the security guard. Not in a mean way, just like, oh man, what the hell you mean? We've been sitting here for 3 hours. Now we gotta move? This is bullshit. Like, this kid would get out of here, dude. So I walked off, and he's like, oh, I love that you didn't cause a fucking scene, because, you know, so many kids out here would immediately, go fuck yourself. It's like, nah. If you make a big scene, it means the next traveler or yourself, if you sit under that same tree, they're gonna kick you out within 5 minutes instead of 3 hours. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta think of the next person rolling through, or yourself if you gotta go back, right? But I guess that was a month ago. Wasn't even near a train yard. I was near the on-ramp. Elizabeth, have a good one, homie. Sarah Marie with the Harvey, thank you. Getting fancy with them beers. You know it, Roberto. You know it. Try goofing on up in beer. For the rest of us, it's shitty beer. PBR is shitty beer. You know, you won a blue ribbon one time, still fucking bragging about it. You know, but the travel community is like, you know, fucking Natty Daddies and 211 Steel Reserve and shit like that. The cheapest of the cheap, you know, but I can't do it anymore. When I was younger, that's all I did, is the space bags. It's just, you take a box of wine, the Franzia, take it out of the bag, out of the box, you got a bag, you play it like a bagpipe. But, you know, that's like my teenage years on the streets. You know, I'd be fucking drinking Steelies and Old Thompson whiskey because it was fucking $3 for a pint, you know. Whatever was cheapest. But now it's like, you know what, I'd like to have my stomach intact the next morning if I could. Steel Reserve is gross. Boone's Farm, oh my god. Boone's Farm, MD 2020, Mad Dog 2020. Oh, it's so nasty. But it's so cheap. So cheap. His fucking mouth is blue after drinking it. Looks like he just had a slush puppy. Did you guys have slush puppies around the country? Like, I know we had them in New England when I grew up. Even now, you still see slush puppies around. You got the, you know, you do the squirt things, like all the different syrups. And they got like a crushed ice machine called a slush puppy. But then you're a kid, so you'd fucking, you know, you're only supposed to do 3 pumps, 3 squirts. Put fucking 20 in there. It tastes like shit. It's all sour and nasty, but you feel like, you know, I got extra squirts. This is delicious. Just to steal something. Dollar Tree has it sometimes, really. Slush puppies. They have them in Old England, too. Dino, the Anywhere Troy. Yeah, I don't know if it was universal or not, just a fucking New England thing. I don't really see them anymore. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw one of those. Some bodega still have them in New England. Oh, you're in New England, hell yeah. What's up, Lava? Oh, it's been so long. Welcome back, Cinder. Return to Cinder. Call them slushies. I always called 7-Eleven, that was slushies. And then we had like Italian ice kind of slush. Not even Italian ice, softer than that. I'm trying to think of the brand name, but it was a big thing in the area I grew up in. I forget the fucking brand now. It's been so long. But that was like the slush you'd eat with like a spoon kind of thing. The straw with a little spoon on it. But ices are always ices. We probably had a nickname for slush puppies, I'm sure. It's similar to snow cones, but softer. Much softer. Oh. Really? That's where your dad got your name? I fucking love that. Turn to stand up. That was pathetic. I'm so used to waving at freight trains. I just waved at the light rail. The fuck is that guy sitting there fucking waving at me? Such a creature of habit, you know? That's when you know I'm fucking tired, when I'm really beat up, or just fucking exhausted. Let's repeat myself on live. Fucking like, never-endingly. I'll go through my shopping list, or like my itinerary for the day for like 20 minutes straight. You know, then once I'm done, and just start again. That's when you know I'm fucking beat up. It's time for a nap. Because say, hey, what up, Tiffany? Game on. The blue syrup, hell yeah. I've already told the story a bunch, so I'll kind of skim over it. Folks that have been here for a while, but I used to love adding alcohol into musician meetups that don't require any alcohol, anything, you know. So one time it was a baby shower. I was dating this girl. She was like, Troy, don't do it. Don't do it this time. Let's let these people enjoy their baby shower. I'm like, what do you mean? Don't bring a whole bunch of booze to the baby shower, Troy. You know, just go have a good time, and you don't need to do that thing. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I immediately run to the liquor store, you know, get some Bacardi, some vodka, and I got gallons of slush, gallon buckets of slush. Blue vanilla, fucking lemon, you know? And I would just dump the whole bottle in the slush. Here you go, here's some boozy slush here. Oh, here's some more bottles, and here's some beer. Within 2 hours, they're opening up all the gifts. I'm feeling nice, but I'm not blacked out. I know how to handle my shit. Someone throwing up in the bathroom. Someone passed out on the fucking couch. To this day, it was the guitarist for this band I used to work with all the time. Like, I never played with that. Like, I never played for the band, but we all were part of the same, like, network. You know what I mean? And there's a guitarist and his wife having a baby shower. To this day, the fucking guitarist's wife will not talk to me. I ruined a baby shower. You know what I mean? What a douche thing to do. But I didn't do anything myself. I just brought the temptation. You know what I mean? Here. You know, if you want to be a fuckhead, here's the option. Knowing what would happen, you know? It would be blacked out drunk in a couple hours. Yeah, that slush is so good. Like, oh, is that your fourth one? Oh, wee. Bacardi 151 in there, kid. You know? Oh, Lordy. Keep fucking the ambulance on speed dial. That relationship didn't work out either. I don't know why. I used to love that shit. You know what I mean? Situations and events that require zero alcohol consumption. Just put the temptation out there. Go ahead. Make me a story. I want to remember this forever. You know? And people would. They're all musicians. Everclear. Next time we'll do Everclear. Oh, easier drink than hit the floor. Yeah, whenever you add a whole bunch of like sweet sugar or fucking something, you know, it's like alcohol's already super sweet and sugary. And you add something that, you know, makes it not taste like alcohol anymore. Ooh, you're not only in for a rough night, you're overconsumption rich. You're in for a really rough morning. You know? Well, you know, I always do a party at my place, usually on Saturdays, sometimes on Fridays. I always do a party after work. You know, we'd get out of work, you know, we'd all be working bars and shit. And we'd have some of the guests come over, we'd have the security, the bartenders, the barbacks, the cooks that got off work 4 hours ago, 3 hours ago. They'd show up, you know what I mean? Always had a fucking banger. for 3-4 hours. Sun comes up. All right, it's over. Get out of here. You know, if you passed out in my fucking front lawn and shit. Like, that's an awkward call to get from your landlord. Hey, Troy. Hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing, Sarah? Yeah, there's a person in the front lawn. Oh, like what are they doing? It looks like they're either sleeping or no longer alive. Oh, Sarah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we had a little get together last night. I can get. Hey, fucking Frank, get up! Get the fuck out of here! Oh, man, you look rough. Come in the house, get some coffee, and get the fuck out. Everywhere I went for it, give me shit about that. They're like, oh, so-and-so didn't show up to work on Sunday. I'm like, oh, why you telling me about it? Well, they went to your house after work. Like, yeah? The fuck's this got to do with me? They chose to go to a party. They chose to get too drunk. They chose to miss work. That's nothing to do with me. I didn't sit here chained into my fucking basement, you know? The chains in the basement were only for fun times. You know what I mean? The chains in the basement were for consensual fun times. Don't worry about that. Is there a lot of lady travelers? Yeah, man, plenty of women out here traveling. You know, I'll always say like people of color, women, or people that are small. I mean, in general, I have a lot more to worry about for their safety and security. They can't do, a good chunk of the shit that I do and how bold I am with what I do. Because I don't have to worry as much, Like, I don't have to worry about going to a truck stop, asking a trucker for a shower. Because I'm not paying $17 for a fucking... Even if I have the money, I ain't paying $17 for a fucking shower. Get out of here, get real. I might as well pay fucking $50 and get a motel room. I have all the showers I want. And a bed. But, yeah, no, half the people out here traveling are women, for sure. There's not a lot of full-time train riders left. There's not a lot. There's still probably hundreds, but not nearly as many as there used to be when I first started, Like, there's train tags under here, all from about 3 or 4 years ago. It was telling me this used to be a spot train riders used to hang out. I haven't seen one, It used to be like every month. No matter whether I was hopping trains or hitchhiking or what, just hanging around town, I'd bump into another train rider. I thought one was walking up yesterday. They were all fucking had a giant pack on and stuff. But it was just someone local. He just hit me up for water and asked for a hug. Yeah, sure, here you go, kid. Hey, you got any water? Yeah, I got some water for you. Can I have a hug? Okay, come here. Boom. Got any pencils? No, I don't have any pencils. Got any erasers? Why would I have fucking erasers if I don't have pencils? No, I want fucking erasers. But as a local, I thought it was just because of the pack being on bad train tracks. I've only been traveling for, too long. Getting weird now, you know what I mean? But almost 5 years now. What, 3 months? 3 months away from 5 years? Like that. August 4th, 2021, when I first started. It's supposed to be for 6 months. I travel for over a year, then I take a month off from the road, and I go travel for over a year every day, every day. I was getting fairly consistently, I was doing 2 or 3 nights in a motel a week, but now I've cut it down to 1 or 2. I've really cut the spending down as low as possible, get back on the train hopping mentality rather than the bougie hitchhiking shit, It was nice to hitchhike, I had a blast. I mainly just hitchhiked for a year, hopped 2 trains in the last year. But I'm gonna go back to riding for a bit. I was this Highway 99 really kicked the shit. My whole week was just me fucking with my thumb out on an on-ramp in the sun. That was my entire week, entire lives. Everything I was doing was just okay, I'm hitchhiking, no ride. All right, got to ride 15 minutes down the road. All right, it's Wednesday, let me get a motel, charge up, clean up. All right, it's Thursday, let me go stick my thumb out. No ride. Okay, got to ride on Monday, 20 minutes down the road. All right, it's Wednesday, let's go. It's everything I was doing for fucking a month was just me fucking on the on-ramp. Hitchhiking or me bitching about how long it was taking to hitchhike. It was fun. I had a good time. A lot of exploration and stuff. It was definitely made me want to get back on the trains again. I'm like, fuck this. So I was like, all right, is it feasible? I got to be able to have enough funds to get supplies to last me at least 2 days, preferably 3, in case I get stuck on that train for a while or got to wait a while to get home. A couple gallons of water, some food. Tobacco, maybe a pint of whiskey if I'm feeling froggy. But and then I got to be able to get off the train and go get supplies as I'll be out. You know, like, is this feasible now? You know, like, if I'm going live, fucking 40 or 50 hours, it's not. You know, like, that's gonna be an entire day or 2 or 3. I'm not gonna go live. Let's bring the lives down. So I cut down my live time almost to half, but I've only seen about a 10% decrease in funds. So thank you guys just for fucking being here. You know, just for fucking showing up, because that's insane to me. You know? But it's really opened me up too to be able to do a lot more exploring, doing meetups, collabs, fucking just walk around, get photos and stuff like that. Yeah, last week was fucking rough. Thank you again, Jan. You know, I couldn't even play that off. If I'm beat up, I'll try to play it off at least a little bit, but not that time. It was last Sunday, I think. I was fucking tired. I still had to walk for like an hour just to get out of where I was at, but camped out by the American River on the, where was that? I remember the road. I don't think it's too far from where I'm at now, to be honest with you. Maybe the south of here, southwest of here. But yeah, I was beat up. I spent like, I don't know, I didn't go to bed till like 4 in the morning that night. I was walking around getting photos and shit. It was day 5. Fucking already walking around every day. I was fucking beat. Take your time, Rich. This hat feels extra tight. I think it's just because I was wearing my little beanie last night. I thought I got rid of this thing when it warmed up, when I got out to the desert. And I found it at the bottom of my side pouch for my pack. Game off. Game on. But yeah, I was fucking digging through my pack and I found it. I was like, oh, hell yeah. You know, because I don't have my pea coat anymore, so I can't wear my hoodie when I'm sleeping. I use it as a pillow. I used to use my pea coat as the pillow, but I'm like, yo, I'm not going to fucking need this thing for the rest of the summer. You know what I mean? That's the fucking season. Big ass fucking 3XL pea coat. I'm not going to need this. Give an unhoused homie up in Fresno that found me at camp. But, you know, my fucking head was cold a lot of the nights. I usually sleep back like a blanket. I don't really zip it up unless I'm just fucking freezing out. And the zipper broke on me at the worst possible moment anyway. But I ended up finding the hat, so I can sleep with the hat on. I'm like, fuck, yeah, dude, that's awesome. Geared up family, thank you for the heart, man. Oh, I'm feeling great now, yeah. I'm tired, you know, for sure. I've been fucking, this is day 6, I think, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was in a motel on Thursday, right? Yeah. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, day 5. I got a whole bunch of walk around to do again today. But tomorrow I'll go to a motel, rest up and all that. I don't think I'm gonna get 2 nights. I'm just gonna get 1 and then try to get out of town and be productive. I head to north, hopefully. Oh, that Pico looked fucking nice. It's funny, I was thinking about getting one going into the winter. I'm like, man, I miss having a Pico. You know, even if it's a wool blend, wool will keep you warm even if it's a little bit wet. If it's soaked, you're soaked, you're cold no matter what. But if a peacoat, wool in general, wool blanket or peacoat, if it's wet, if it's damp, you'll still retain body heat. You know, like the sleeping bag, polyester or down sleeping bags, when they get wet, they're fucking useless. You're not retaining any body heat at all. Immediately. And down, once it gets wet, it loses a lot of heat retention permanently. But down's super warm, you know, but you gotta deal with all the feathers and you gotta deal with the fact that it gets wet. You're gonna lose a lot of heat retention, so I stick with the polyester kind of shit. But Pico was fly as fuck. I was thinking about getting one too. I found it in Des Moines, Iowa, just it was starting to get cold. I was like, oh fuck yeah, winter coat. You know, rock that thing the whole season. It was a fucking lifesaver. Even used that as a blanket a couple times, like hanging out rail car and less. I don't want to pull my sleeping bag out and shit like that. Like, we're hitting it early in the morning. You know, we basically was waking up and getting back on the road. So I was like, instead of pulling my sleeping bag out and packing up in the morning and all that, I just put my pea coat on. So I used that as a blanket or a pillow or whatever, you know. But I was carrying that thing for over a month and never used it once besides a pillow. It's like, we gotta get rid of this thing. It's too much weight to carry around. But I got the hat. So I use my hoodie, my dirty clothes, my clean clothes, my tarp goes to the bottom of my pack. It all goes to the bottom, and then my hoodie goes on top, and I use that as a pillow. And keep my head warm and put the stocking hat on. But yeah, right, looking fly as fuck. Every once in a while, I'm like, oh man, I wish I had a battle vest again. But I'm like, I got fucked with so much more when I had that dirty vest on, you know? People go out of their way but people leave me alone more, both like nefarious people on the streets or the store manager or owner or employee. People leave me alone a lot more when I look more presentable, look cleaner. The pea coat helped a lot, for sure. I got a little bit of rain here in a bit. It's okay, there's a bridge over here. Go tuck in under if I have to. I'll just start packing it up and get moving here, though. Otherwise, I changed my ID to fucking train tracks by, how big this fucking thing is. As long as it kind of, it sucked that my sleeping bag zipper broke in the winter. Like, it fucking sucked. There was some really fucking cold nights, and I barely have the ability to make a fire and not get, like, kicked out of where I'm at, And then winds and rain and snow and shit. Like, it was a long fucking winter. But I went to a place trying to get the zipper fixed. They're trying to charge me $80 for it. I'm like, dude, like, for $80, it's $100 for the sleeping bag. I went to a couple of sporting goods stores all around Colorado, even New Mexico. Couldn't find a fucking thing, right? Now, obviously, they had sleeping bags. Game on. That was fun to sleep next to last night, by the way. But I think it was like 2 or 3 hours it didn't run. But the sleeping bag I have is for people that are big and tall, right? I actually have extra room at the bottom of my sleeping bag. People that are 6'6", I'm 6'2". It was still, even when I could zipper it up, I couldn't zip it up past my shoulders because it was fucking too wide, But usually, like the year before, I had a small sleeping bag. It only weighed 2 pounds, but like my feet were like this in the foot box, the bottom of the mummy bag, and it only come up to here on me in total. So I had to sleep with all my coats on and all that shit. It wasn't the best, but it was lightweight. But everywhere I checked for a sleeping bag, Colorado and New Mexico, once I got to Arizona, it was much warmer. I didn't care anymore. But I couldn't find anything for big and tall. It was all this regular people sized. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, now that I've had that taste of comfort at night, I don't want to go back to having my feet jammed in a foot box and just not having to be able to go over me or even come up to my fucking neck or over my head like the last years. Ugh. Boots are on though, let's go. What's up, Claudia? What's up, Linda? Only bed zippers by the yard. Next time, Susan. just to make you sleep like a bat with your talons. I just know I gotta clip my toenails. God damn, Houdini, you checking out that spicy side again. What up, Lori? Lori, what's up? I said Lori for a second. Blue Quasar with the Harmony. What up, Cindy? Welcome in, welcome in. I've been on live way too long. Almost out of power. I got my last power bank here. And I gotta make sure I got enough juice for tomorrow so I can check into the motel for third party. Cheaper. So I gotta go relatively soon here. It's pretty charged. It's not bad. It's the case though. Ooh, birds. I think it's not gonna rain. I feel like if it was gonna rain, the birds would fuck off. Oh, yeah, I haven't had any coffee yet. At the gas station right after this live. Get coffee, a little bit more tobacco. And then, check out the truck house that's south of here. We'll meet up with No Bones again. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Pre-trained prep. Jan, thank you, homie. You're overpaying for your entertainment, Jan. No, thank you very much, homie. The pre-trained prep. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I've only hopped 2 trains in the last year, like I said. On top of that, Okay, it was nice to be able to navigate. You know, like, okay, I want to hop off here, this random spot. I think that was the biggest appeal for the hitchhiking for the last year. You know, it was like, okay, I can just fucking, I can go chase that historical story. I can go chase that town. I can go check out that museum. I can go, I can go anywhere I want. And I think that was the big appeal for it. That control. People yelling. And I go and go where the train's taking me. Wherever they let me off is where they let me off. So I spent the last, I don't know, about a month really getting back into shape. Last little push for weight loss, but just build the muscle back up. Be able to walk for fucking hours and hours every day in case I get dropped off 30 miles away from somewhere and I got to hoof this 100 pounds of shit. So make sure I got back in the shape, get the protein up, get the muscle base up, get the core strength back up. And I don't know, I can't even imagine trying to hitchhike out of Sacramento at this point. I'm fucking getting a train out of here. I don't care how long it takes me. It won't take long though. Again, today I'm just checking out the spot to south of here, and then probably Thursday or Friday look at getting a choo-choo out. And I'm sure no matter what, my hotel stay will be better than last week's. Partly cloudy, all cloudy tomorrow, no rain. Okay, there's some dark-ass clouds here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. There's got to be at least a chance for rain. And I wouldn't say like a all-day storm or something, but to get a little downpour, I wouldn't put it past those clouds to hit me real quick, I get rain. There's a bridge right over here, whatever. I'm fucking fine. It's not wintertime anywhere, man. Hotel tonight. Temptation strong, man. That's all it takes. that little nudge, Jenny. Maybe you should. Oh, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should. But I'll see what's around. But in the winter, anywhere, man. Oh my God, man. I am afraid of getting wet. I don't like getting wet in general. I don't like being wet with clothes on. But in the wintertime, you'll see fear in my eyes. Oh, fuck, it's starting to rain out. Oh, fuck. I need to pack things up real quick and fucking move. Fuck, okay, gotta stay dry. Because that's an unaliving sentence. The voice of the devil. Keep me moist. I bet I do. Look, man, that photo wasn't something like, okay, you saw a photo of Jamie looking fucking fierce and you're like, Troy's head on here? Let me show you guys what Houdini made today. I'm going to print it out and put it on my fridge. We got a Discord, by the way. It's all free. We all chat in there and shit. I'll put, like, if I do a long form video, like once a month, once every other month, if I really like a video I make on here, I'll put it up there and stuff like that. But it's not just for like me to promote my shit. A lot of it's just for the community to be able to chat in between the lives and just fucking be silly and have fun. I didn't even see this one. The Jurassic Park from Jeremy. Jurassic Park. Is that Doof? I think that's Doof. Yeah, that's Doof. But Houdini made this beautiful rendition. Okay, so here's Jamie. Here's Jamie looking fierce, right? In the selfie section. Houdini sees that and is like, how can I make this more attractive? And here we go. What the fuck, man? How do I explain that to my mother? You fucking tell me now, Houdini. How do I go to my mother, who's fucking 70-something years old? She's 49. I'll never know her real age. I know she was born in 57. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to do the math. She wants to be 49. She's 49. That's mom, But she's like 70 or something, right? And I got to go to my mother later today when I call them to explain how my day was going. Oh, and we sent you something that is a fan-made artwork. Oh, what is it? Someone made fan art for you again? Oh, yeah. Oh, Troy, you love fan art. I do love fan art. And I'm going to send her a photo of fucking my face on Jamie's fucking body. And I know what you're thinking. You don't have to do any of that. And you're right, but I'm going to do it anyway. You know, I love fucking with my mother. You know? Because she looks at me like this sweet little kid. You're like, do no wrong. I got a good yin and yang between my parents. My mother's like super supportive. No matter what I'm doing, I'm going to be the best at it. Best there ever was, you know? And then my dad's immediately like, you're going to fail? Oh, I wouldn't do that. You're going to fail so hard, dude. You cannot do that. You will not be good at that. You're going to fuck it all up. No, not you. Not you. I wouldn't do that. You know? So between the two of them, you know, I got like, if I had two Debbie Downers telling me I suck all the time, you know what I mean? Like, that really fuck with your head, you know? If I had two people telling me I was awesome all the time, you get that weird, like you know, like, those cats that got the single mom, and they became like the man of the house when they were 7 because the mom couldn't cope with the father leaving or whatever. So they make them the little man of the house, and it gives them this weird ego, but they hate women. You know what I mean? It's this weird vibe. You know, some of you know what I'm talking about. You're the favorite son. Yeah, you know, but it's such a low bar. You know, it was such a low bar to be the favorite fucking offspring between the 4 of us. So I got 2 half brothers, a full blood brother. Ah, you fucking fire ant got me in the leg. A nice blister later. But yeah, man, the power set so low. All I had to do was not try to fist fight my elderly father, and I'm fucking way ahead of the game. I had like 10 years ago, I had someone hit me up on FB, and they're like, "Yo, we're brothers," and I'm like, "Josh, like, I've only heard about you, man." My biological father had a kid before he met my mother, you know? So he's probably like 46, 47 now, I'm 41. And I'm like, he's like, "Oh, man, I feel like you're the long-lost brother I never had, man. It's crazy that I found you on the internet." I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's cool as shit, man. I'd love to get to know you." He goes, "Hey, let's go out for dinner, like, next week." I'm like, "Yeah, sounds great, man. I'll take the night off for fucking work. We'll go have some dinner." And I never took the night off of work, you know? It's not something I fucking did. But, you know, it seemed like a special fucking occasion, right? And he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm kind of broke, so you're going to have to pay for dinner." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "No, man, I'm not paying for dinner. I don't know you." Fuck. You know, if it wasn't his idea, you know, like, "Oh, hey, we should go out for dinner, but you're buying." And I'm like, that's fucking weird. And then the next day he's hitting me up for $40. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good with this. I'm all set with this. I'm going to fight this cat in my life and go broke. So I never got to know him too well besides some online conversations on occasion, you know. But out of all of us, he's the only one that really knew my biological father. We didn't really know him. I was almost 1. Right, yeah. I was fucked up. I said almost 2 for the longest time. It was the day before my first birthday. He passed away, so I didn't know him. I don't have no memories of him. You know, my brother was 3. You don't have any memories of him, you know. Which that's the time we tried to abduct him. So my biological father swings by the house, right? He's been gone for fucking like a year, almost. Swings by the house, sees my brother playing in the front yard, grabs him and starts running down the street. So out comes my stepfather with his fucking... He didn't... Like, I do, you know, the hip knives. He does flip knives, so you can conceal them. But you can pull that thing out faster than a switchblade. You know, he taught me how to do it, too. Learning how to fight is very big in my family. But it's like a bastardized version of judo and boxing put together. Well, like applied to street fighting. Just win. Whatever it takes, just fucking win. You know? Grab that brick on the ground. Whatever it takes, just fucking win. So my father grabbed a car antenna off the fucking car. You know, back when they had the car antennas? They were like rigid. And just fucking whipped the shit out of this guy with it once. But, you know, my biological father steals my brother and starts running down the fucking road. Jerry Sprout. I come from a long line of white trash, and I'm white trash myself. "What's up, Timmy?" So he's running off with my older brother. I'm in the house, fucking, I don't know, being a baby. And my stepfather starts chasing him down the street, and all he had to say was, "I'll find you. You know what happens when I find you." Immediately, my stepfather is a diagnosed sociopath. You know, he's done some violent shit in his day, and he's very well known for this violent shit. He's just not a person you fuck with. You know, just don't fuck with him. Go out of your way to not piss this man off, right? And when you put something like that, you know, it was always harping on people that can't fucking work in the U.S. and fucking, you know, get fixed income. Like, it's the ladder luxury. I grew up on a fixed income. It fucking sucks. You can't afford fucking anything. You want a haircut? You better start saving up, homie. You got a couple of months of saving up first. You want new clothes? No. You got hand-me-downs, baby. You know? Oh, what do you want to pay this week? What do you want to pay this month? You're going to pay rent or electric because you can't do both. You know, there's no lap of luxury on a fucking fixed income, homie. I'll tell you right now. But my biological father, get back to the story. My biological father just fucking didn't throw. He places my brother in the middle of the street and kept running to get away from my stepfather, who was definitely most gonna stick him. Yo, what up, Dad, bud? He's talking about old Beachmont times. Well, this is Quincy. This is Quincy before we moved up to Beachmont, Revere and shit. Oh, we doing well, brother. You're in Roseville. How am I getting up there? I'm checking some train stuff out today. See if I can get it out of Sacramento proper instead of Roseville. Yeah, man. Right in your part of the neighborhood. I was hanging out. Like you were up by like what, Brad, where George Ave and Endicott, but you go the other side towards like the church, up by the church. I'm fucking sitting there. I'm playing fucking, I don't know, something in the fucking street, right? Hold on. I was hanging out with one of my fucking, early homies in life. His name was Nathaniel. We're doing something in the fucking streets, playing on a little side road, I forget exactly what we were doing. But then I see my fucking father coming down. That's my stepfather, but it's the man that raised me. That's my dad. You know what I mean? I don't care if we're blood related or not. That's my dad. But he's on my brother's bike, going down the fucking. Hey, Troy, he's got a knife in his fucking hand, on the bicycle, not a motorcycle, a bicycle. Hey, Troy, you see so and so come around this way? No, I didn't see them out this way. Oh, you see him? Let me know. You tried to steal your brother's bike, so I'm gonna stab him. What? Can you imagine these kids are probably like 16, 17? They tried to steal my brother's bike. My brother went flying. We went back home. Fucking ran in the house. Oh, they tried to steal my bike. He's like, oh, they tried to steal what? What do they look like? What's their names? Okay. He grabs his fucking knife, jumps on the bike. Trying to stick these teenagers. You know what I mean? Fucking dude's a sociopath. Oh, you gave me an excuse to hurt you. But it is crazy. I know, like, that word sociopath scares so many fucking people, right? The same thing with like narcissistic personality disorder. Like, we've demonized these mental health conditions for sure. But seeing my stepfather like go from being this like angry, violent dude that was only nice if he got something out of it, to genuinely loving people, the amount of like, he got mental health help and he's got older, watching him like go from that like manipulative, angry, violent person to someone that can love people and be loved in return for nothing, to not get anything out of it. Like how he deals with my nephew, even me now, but like how he deals with my nephew, it's like, damn, man, like it's a whole different person. There's no jealousy there, no weird shit like that. There's more appreciation. Like, God, like I love that for my nephew. He never had to see like the bad part of my parents. You know what I mean? Like, they were drinking and drugging, having a good time. They were fucking young. Their parents treated them like fucking shit. You know what I mean? So like, I had a rough upbringing, but they did the best they could with what they fucking had, But seeing that transformation slowly over the years, and I love that for my nephew. It's like he doesn't have to see the bad part of either one of them. He never saw that part of him. Like once he started coming around, and like he was born when I was 18. I got custody of him when I was 19. And he never had to see, like, when they're super young, they're still kind of, they're having fun still, but they're winding down. But and then he knows a whole different, like two different people that I grew up with, and I love that. I love that for him. Because like they're like his rock, like whenever he doesn't know what to do or needs advice, he doesn't hit me up, he hits them up, which is cool as shit. They have that because he knows that he can tell them anything. If he tells me he fucked up with something really bad, I'm like, what the fuck you doing, kid? What's the matter with you? You know what I mean? I got that in me. Like, do better. You're better than this. Do better. I will say though, I was back at my parents' place. I don't know when I last took a break from the road, like I don't know, a year and a month or so ago. He was talking about how he was working security, which I did for years, right? So he was working security for this club, and he was drunk, and he was trying to kick someone out, and they were drunk, and this whole big debacle. And my parents jumped on him. You're like, oh, that's a recipe for disaster. What are you doing? You shouldn't be drinking while you're working. Like, you're going to get yourself hurt or hurt somebody else. What are you doing? I let him go for a good 10 minutes. I let him go, you know? And I was like, hey, Mom, what were you doing at 20? What were you doing at 2021? Oh, I was doing a whole bunch of speed and cleaning my fucking house 9 times a day. You know, oh, man, I couldn't get enough of that stuff. Okay. Hey, Dad, what were you doing at 2021? Oh, I was robbing people and I was on hard substances. I was out in the fucking streets, you know, committing crimes, going to jail. Okay. What was I doing at 2021? You're doing some fucked up shit. You know, you got arrested yourself. Okay. What's he doing in 2021? I guess it's not so bad. Yeah, you'll smarten up. You know, let's lighten up on the fucking kid here. You know? Because doing better than all of us combined at that age. You know what I mean? He fucking travels to the little shit. He's bigger than me now. He travels to the little shit. You know, he does social media and travels for like a different kind of work, on a different platform, a different kind of work. So he was actually in town last time I was back in Boston. I was hang out, I was drink a beer with my fucking nephew. I still think of him as a kid, you know, like legally. I was like, holy fucking shit, this is weird. But and we got to hang out the whole fucking time. It was beautiful. But he ended up not. I got a cousin. And her platform is bigger than mine now, and I fucking love that. Like, the 2 biggest names of social media for hitchhiking and train hopping is me and my cousin. You know. But both of them, they didn't want me to promote them at all. And I'm like, dude, I have a whole platform I've built. Like, let me promote you guys. Both my nephew and my cousin, they're both around the same age. My nephew and my cousin's like, we don't want to be known as Anywhere Man's family. You know, we don't want to swim in that wake. We want to do it on our own. And they're both very successful. They're doing great at what they do. I fucking love to see it. But initially, I'm like, just let me push you. Let me promote you. I promote travelers every day. Every day I'm live, I'm promoting travelers. Like, let me promote you. No, you'd be like, no, I don't want to be known as your nephew. I want to be known as your cousin. And, I want to make it my own way. I'm like, I would do the same thing too. It's so frustrating. You just want to shake them. You know? I can get you a fucking 10,000 followers by next week. Like I do say we're related. Nah, that's okay. What's up, Dee Dee? Laddie and Dee Dee with the heartbeats. Thank you. I gotta go on, get out of here. The AI summary was in Russian. I can't even speak Russian. Where's that you ever been to? Confusion. No, there's no worse state. You know, I've had bad times in certain areas. Like Las Vegas was really rough, but I had a good time until I put the pack on. My first night in Vegas, I had a motel. All my gear was in the motel, so that was no problems at all. When I had the pack and I had the gear, that's when everyone was fucking just harassing me everywhere I went, just for sitting places and shit. Fuck, you know. No one cared when I didn't have the pack. But that's only 4 days in one town, one time. I can't say Las Vegas is terrible for fucking traveling through because I've only been there one time. It was only 4 days. It might have been just that the people I happened to bump into along that time there, you know. So I can't say with utmost certainty like I hate Vegas or Vegas was terrible. It was just a terrible time I went there. I gotta go back and check it out again. But it's definitely like not a whole state. I'm like, this state sucks. I just like being in the same place for too long, you know? That's like the central part of the country. I'm like, oh. You know, when I get there, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, man. I love it because I didn't grow up around farms and shit. I grew up in the city. So I'm like, oh, farms, oh, fucking corn. I can, you know, I love when I get to a new biome or ecosystem. But the middle part of the country, it sucks because, like, for a month I'll be traveling and it's still the same fucking cornfields. It's just 3 states away. You know, the ones in Ohio look like the ones in Indiana, look like the ones in Illinois, look like the ones in Kansas, look like the ones in Iowa, look like the ones in Nebraska. It all looks the fucking same, you know? There's an old, like, meme video talking about train hopping, and it's just goofy and shit. But it's like, come explore the United States, see our beautiful coasts in that middle part there. You know, but I love when I get there. I love when I see it, but I end up there for so long, you know? I end up seeing the same shit for so long. I'm like, ugh. I get bored. All right, I'm originally just north of Boston. I was born just south of Boston. Grew up just north of Boston. Okay, I'm also what's called conveniently Canadian. I am also conveniently Canadian. It's usually when people come in and they want to, like, instead of going to a political live and talking about their politics, they want me to get involved in it. You know what I mean? Which I'm not for anyway, right? Hey, I'm going to talk to you about politics, and I want to make sure that you believe everything that I believe. Laddie with the fan cat, thank you. if you don't believe everything I believe, then I'm gonna be mad at you. Like, I don't even want to play that game. So I'm conveniently Canadian. Whenever someone comes and tries to force me into a political conversation that I don't feel like having, Laddie with the fan cat again, thank you. Yeah, I'll say I'm from Nova Scotia. You know, I'll be like, oh, hey, Chef Pioneer, man, thank you for the heart. Be like, hey, so-and-so, some rich person in a suit did this. Oh, I don't know anything about your American prime ministers. I'm from Nova Scotia, sorry. So again, I'm very conveniently Canadian. But in reality, I'm from Boston. Oh, just like Maryland. I've only been to Washington, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, Maryland, West Virginia, Georgia, and Utah. Probably a few more, too. Are all states I've been to, but I really got to go back and tramp around and really travel it. You know, I might have been to like a town or two, like Maryland. I've only been to Washington, D.C., which I guess doesn't count, but I got to go through Maryland to get to Washington, D.C. All right, give me a break. It's actually the District of Columbia. I don't give a fuck. It's fucking in Maryland, you know? I think I'm getting aggravated for a comment I didn't even get yet, but I knew it was coming. I knew one of you fucks. Actually, Washington, D.C. is not in Maryland. It's in its own District of Columbia. It's fucking Maryland. All right, I've been to Maryland, but I gotta go back and actually check it out. And actually tramp around that bitch. Oh. I should probably get out of here. I'm wasting all my fucking power bank. Guys make this shit too fun, though. You know what I mean? Make it too fun. So I end up saying bye for an hour and a half. Should be paying you guys at this rate. Ring, 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 ring. Oh, there's so many motorcycles by the Harley store. That guy that threatened to call the police on me everywhere I go on live yesterday. I have no problem with that. You're going to increase my views. So, and I'm not doing anything illegal. So I am right behind the Harley Davidson store in Sacramento, California. There's a guy yesterday on live. He's like, I'm calling the police on you everywhere you go. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. But very important to you. Ugh. Everyone gives this type of camo from this pack. Everyone gives this camo shit. What's it called? UMC or something? I forget the name of the camo. Digital camo. They say it attracts the human eye more than it repels it, more than it hides from it. But when it gets dirty, it gets worn over the years, it does just fine. But also on a freight train. These really blend in on a freight train for whatever reason. They don't stick out at all. If you're gonna do a fucking woodland camo pattern, it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Not as much as wearing a yellow shirt, you know. What do I do to yellow hair? Nothing. Nothing. I don't even know how the fuck that person's still talking about me, Jake. You know, like their latest video, I got to see a screenshot of it. It's like top 5 horror movies. Anywhere a man hobo is stalking me. It's like, motherfucker, you showed up to where I was at. What are you talking about? You know, I'm getting messages and comments daily. They were talking about you for 4 hours yesterday. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck what is left to talk about. You know, we haven't interacted in over a year and a half almost. Next week will be a year and a half since we've last interacted at all. You know, still going on. It's got to be kind of nice. You know, the most important thing that happened here was a year and a half ago. nothing since. But there's a correlation there. I'm sure the moment they bring my name up, their views go up a little, But that whole situation, if you take away all the life threats to my life from that person, if you take away all the attempts to get other people to come be violent towards me from that person, if you take away the life-ruining accusations from that person, not platform-ruining, life-ruining accusations, it's really sad. It's so fucking sad. You know what I mean? Because, hitchhiking was hot. You go back a year and a half ago, anyone that stuck the thumb out on TikTok, you had 1,000 to 3,000 people in your live, guaranteed. Hitchhiking was super hot. And they could come in and start hitchhiking. They saw me hitchhiking. They were they told me this. I saw you hitchhiking. I'm like, I can go do that, and went and hitchhiked. And I'm like, cool, man, hell yeah. Fucking make your fucking platform. So to go from 1,000 followers to 30,000 in 3 months, 4 months, dude, that's growth that's unheard of. You know what I mean? You don't see that a lot. That's a big fucking pop. And then immediately watch them destroy their own platform for over a year. They have negative 100 followers from when they started attacking me over a year ago. And it's still their main content, still their main platform. Again, if you take away all the horrible shit this person's done to me, or tried to do, because most efforts are in vain, they're not smart. But if you strip all that away, all the parts that piss you off, the life-ruining accusations, the threats of violence, the attempts to have other people come be violent towards me. If you take all that away, it's a really sad fucking story. A really sad fucking story. Where it's hey, if you put in minimal effort, you can keep these people in your life. You can have a platform and you can make decent money, being a fucking creator on the internet. And just watching that person go the other way with it. I'm just going to scam and lie and bitch about anywhere, man, every fucking day, It does, it is sad. Again, if you add all the other shit in, it's a light sympathy to say to say it lightly. To be polite about it. It's a very light sympathy. But it is sad if you take all that stuff away, if you bring it down, Yeah, whatever you're saying, Donica. And I've seen it multiple times with people, as soon as they just dial in and focus on other creators and that's all they talk about and they have no other content to provide, man, people stop watching, especially when they realize that the person's full of shit, oh, you said the same story yesterday and had completely different details. People aren't as dumb as some of these scammers on here want you to, or believe they are, And it's a damn shame to see so many people be in a position that, so many people would kill for that opportunity. A lot of these traveling creators have that just turned into scam artists or digital panhandlers. They can't get out of their own way, and they don't see that they're in their own way. It is a shame in that regard. It's all you got to do is, you don't even have to try hard. You don't need to be like me and fucking dedicate your life to fucking travel and social media stuff. Joy when you try, and people respect when you put in effort. It is a shame. Yeah, road dog, enjoy that steak. Oh, Bobby Ray, it's the internet. You know what I mean? It's the internet. People are gonna get pissed off about fucking anything. So I used to get really worked up about what up, Adam? I used to get really worked up about people misrepresenting me. I used to feel a need. I used to feel a need to defend myself or set the record straight. I don't even do that anymore. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's all true. It's all true. Potato? Fuck yeah, I'll burn the shit out of it for you. The rails are singing. You should stay live all day? Yeah, whatever you're saying, Alan, from a burner account, doesn't follow me. That's a weird thing to say to somebody. Okay. Again, there's weird people on the internet. You know what I mean? I was talking about this on occasion. The Norm Macdonald, Tom Green interview on the Tom Green podcast. Norm Macdonald talked about being misrepresented. Tom Green's getting all worked up about it, and Norm Macdonald's like, "What? What are you worked up about? It's going to happen. Every time I'm mentioned in the media, I'm misrepresented. It might be good, it might be bad, but it's not accurate to who I am." You know what I mean? Good fucking point. Is this live? No, this is a recording. What up, T-Mac? Chris Sal, it's good to see you. That's not hard, roll dog. And we got fucking Google Maps now. Sometimes I stay in the wrong direction. But no, I give you more credit for doing the 2000s, man. Things were way different back then. A lot more aggression out in the rails back then, too, man. People falling off trains all the time. Whole train crews going to fucking war with the fucking rail cops and shit. That was a crazy time to be hopping, man. With much respect to you. Oh, I'm getting swarmed by these fire ants here. Are they swarming me? Just near me. I think they're just near me. That was a little alarming. Oh, you're in your car. Okay. Okay. No, these are the light rails out here, man. Got a pain to get on them shit. So hard to sneak on. So small. But the freight train line is just over yonder. I've been keeping an eye on that too. Just watching the traffic coming and going. I was hoping something would stop going north here, but nothing. Only thing there was two that stopped going south, but I'm not going south. It doesn't help me. So I'm gonna go bip over the other side of the river after the live and watch the trains out there today. See if I can get a ride out. I'm not hopping a train today. I'm just scoping it out to find the spot. So that way, once I find the spot, I know exactly where I'm hopping my train. I can just grab my supplies on Thursday or Friday and just dip over. Indigo Becky, the Echo mom. I think I'd make a good mom, There's no way to elaborate on that joke without being sexist, so I'm just going to drop that one. I'm trying to go north, but I might get shot east. They might shoot me out east. We'll see what the train gods decide. I won't really know until I start rolling. Once I get out of Sacramento, I'll either bip out east or I'll go north. And that's the way I'm going. I'm hoping north. I want to hit Portland. I want to meet up with Hobo Lupo, Pizza Hound, Heathrow up there. I've fucking been homies with all these people for years and haven't got a chance to meet them yet. But again, the trains will figure it out for me. Yeah, I was navigating for so long and going to specific spots and all this for over a year. And I was like, you know what? Fucking let the trains figure it out for me. Fuck it. Hell yeah, booger. But let me head on out of here. I got to save what little power bank I got left here. My last one, and it's at 70. So I better get the fuck out of here. Save this all till tomorrow. If I find a coffee shop walking around today, I'll charge up for a bit. And then I'll come back on live later and shit. We'll see what happens. Yeah, new chapter now. We did hitchhiking for a while. That was fun. Back to fucking hopping trains. Everything I've been doing is just me getting set up to go back to train hopping. Going live a lot less, seeing what the income is. Well, I'm going live half as much as I was. Going live for 40, 50 hours a week. Now I'm down to 25, 30. So almost half. And I've only seen like a 10% change in income. So thank you guys very much for that. I didn't expect that. I figured I'd be making half as much. But I've been able to focus more on the videos and the photography and all that, for sure. And that's been super fun. And all that's been in an effort just to keep me walking, till all hours of the night. Been working on nighttime photography and all that. So daytime, nighttime, whatever. Just getting that core strength up. Getting ready to I had to be able to walk for 30 miles with limited fucking water and stuff like that, so just in case I get dropped off in the middle of nowhere. So been working on all that for about 3 weeks to a month, and I'm ready to go. No more hitchhiking for a while. The only time I see me hitchhiking is hitchhiking to the next train yard if I get caught. Hell yeah, Shelly. Chicago's fucking tough one. Navigate out of Chicago on trains. Because there's so many fucking train yards, dude. There's so many train yards. It's hard to keep up with them, damn. That's why I found my south, I found my east, I found my west. That's all I need now. You know what I mean? I don't need anything else. Any other train yard in Chicago. I know how to get south, I know how to get east, I know how to get west. That's all I need. I'm done. I don't need to learn them all. Stick to what I got. But these fire ants are getting awfully fire anty. So before I step on one and get swarmed, I better get out of here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Good morning. Who's that? MJ House King, good morning. Yeah, let me get out of here before I get swarmed by fire ants. They're getting awfully close. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. You guys are fucking fantastic. Go live? No. If you listen to everything I said, right? I decided to go live last one. I was just going live too much. 45, 50 hours a week. Don't go live. It's too fucking much. So I decided to go live less. One, in preparation to hop a train, because I'm not going to be able to go live while I'm on the train for more than an hour or two, otherwise I'm going to get caught, right? So anytime I'm on a train, I'm not going live that much. This is 90% of my income is going on live streams. So in preparation to go hop trains, I started going live less, expecting to make a lot less money. But I only seen a 10% decrease in funds. That's it. For the last 3 weeks, I've been going live a lot less. So that was just me saying thank you to everyone for still being here, still kicking in and all that. So no, I never once said I went live less because I was making less money. If anything, that made me go live more when that happened, when the algorithm switched and all that. But I don't want to be always stuck on my fucking screen. I want to walk around and explore the country as well. Hell yeah, 911. Yeah, let me go and get out of here before I use all my power up. Hopefully I'll hit a coffee shop or Starbucks later, get some charge. Karen, howdy. Fuck, I might even grab a motel tonight and just charge up, see if I could get tonight and tomorrow, and then hit the road Thursday. We'll see. But let me get out of here. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. You guys are great. And I'll be back hopefully tonight, if not tonight.